Welcome, everyone, to session 58 of Pokerole. At long last, after my big vacation, we are returning to the game. I was taking a vacation not only for Pokerole, but from streaming in general, and I kind of needed it. I have to admit, wish it had gone a bit better. There's still some ups and downs in it, and man, stress doesn't leave me alone, but, you know, we're getting back into it. It's a good time. But, yeah. I guess, let's get started. I could do my... Oh, fuck, I'll do my thing. Which I always forget to do at Pokerole, but if you like the video, do give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing so. You might be a little late coming into this, considering this is session 58, but you can always watch back the playlist. And I heavily recommend you do so if you enjoy a good story, because we have a good story here. But also, come by my Twitch. Help watch my content and help me get partner, because we've been trying for that for over 4 years and we're still not there. So let's get there. Come on, I need everybody's help on this. Also, we have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to hang out with some cool people. So, yeah. But with that being said, I'm going to hand this over to Kar because he wants to do a recap.
Wonderful, because we all need a recap.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Thankfully, one of the users on the Discord server, who is probably actually in the chat right now, I cannot see it at this very second, but I am going to assume they are there and thank them preemptively. They gave a brief synopsis of what happened last session. But overall, the important thing to note is that Team Cheer, for the duration of their downtime, was given a no you may not leave town order by Pangoro. But of course they're not going to follow that, are they?
What kind of pansies do you take us for?
Not even Tucker was terribly considering to follow the order.
Well, it's because you all got a request from a certain Lilligan for honey for the aromatherapy garden. And that sort of kicked off all of you like, you know what, we don't have to stay here, we'll just do this right away, instead of doing the thing I thought you guys would do and just wait until after. Because once again,
now, Jesus Christ.
Once again, DMs who are listening to this, no plan survives first contact with the players. So, Shippo was nice enough to write this little summary of what happened last session. So I will read it word for word and try to fill in the gaps after. Team Cheer left Fantown kind of sneakily, not too sneakily. Ralph had a song, some passers-by sang along. Upon climbing over a fence, Spinnerack Buddy did so, waved, and went on their way. Group went to where Beehive was, Liz carries Riley. Ralph tasted cactus fruits, stored some juice in one of Brooke's many jars. Went further, got attacked by lightning, made it into a cave, found and helped a Beedro who guided the group to the Queen. Ralph tasted ash honey. Queen was huge. Ralph chose not to aggravate the situation with words. It is revealed Vespa Queen has aspect of vibration, and in parentheses, I think, or resonance. More talking is done, and Riley does god-tier action of healing the Vespa Queen and passed out for 4 hours, and with Tucker's words, the situation was resolved peacefully. Reconstruction efforts by the bees is now underway. Beedro they help tags along with Group again, and Group is promised honey. Brooke convinces Beedro not to mention it was them who helped. They went to climb the fence again, and the Spinnerack was there again, stated as choosing to climb the wall there as just 'cause it likes to. Riley remembers about Liz. Tucker wants to have chat about the other beings, and construction guys ask them to move the tent so they can work on interior. Session basically ends there.
Relatively good summary.
Yes. And considering they had relatively short notice, it's a fairly well put together summary. So, to plug some of the gaps here, Team Cheer was trying to sneak out of town, and they kind of managed to do so, because they had planned it around, okay, the lunch rush is usually when most Pokemon are busy, so we'll just leave around then. and they climbed over the fence, and the Spinnerack from oh so long ago was there, and just waved to them because the Spinnerack doesn't care. The Spinnerack doesn't know they're on house arrest. Spinnerack has their own job to do, and nobody ever questions the Spinnerack. Somebody in the Discord server, when it comes to Ralph tasting cactus fruits, I don't know how many of you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, but they put Ralph's head over Sokka's from when Sokka was having
Oh my god.
desert fruit madness.
I think I missed that one, but also that's appropriate.
Nice.
It was pretty glorious, I gotta say. Yes, you all were attacked by lightning. You made it into the hive, which is kind of massive. You talked down the Vespa Queen instead of fighting her. Yay, you chose the good path. Tiny clapping noises.
And what's that about aspect vibration? Because I wrote notes that I need to that Tucker needs to talk about stuff, but I honestly forget the context.
The context is Tucker utilized... It was either empathy or sympathy. Reminder that you do have the new move Sympathy.
I do. I think I used... What did I use, actually? I think it was probably... I feel like I wanted to do both.
You may have done both. I can't quite remember the details. But I remember that specifically something like a warning sign flashed in front of Tucker's eyes, and the words aspect vibration were shown to you.
Yeah.
They were not in text that you recognize, but you could still read it.
It was interpretable, despite the fact that it didn't look familiar at all.
Gee, almost like a bunch of things from certain events that you all are familiar with.
And let me see. And I think I asked at the time, so I'll ask it again. Was that the first time that Tucker had heard aspect? Or seen aspect as a thing?
Yes.
I think it was.
I think that's the first time any of you would have heard aspect. Well, Tucker's the only one who technically quote-unquote saw/heard it. But that would be the first time any of you saw it referred to as aspect. Aside from actually meeting your aspects, which Ralph has yet to do, but he'll get to.
Yeah,
Imagine having an aspect.
Me and the aspects was one thing, but I don't know if Tucker would be able to correlate that they're similar.
Indeed.
Also,
and I don't believe they outed themselves as aspects, because they do the cryptic thing.
No, I think they outed, at least empathetically, they outed themselves in the sense of what they were, in the sense that I think Tucker knows that thing involved connection, but that it was an aspect is not necessarily known to Tucker. Also, I believe the Queen mentioned gain a gift, and that got a correlation going in Tucker's head because Lizard also got a gift. So
yes, the Queen did mention that she received a gift from... Oh gosh, I forget the description used. But I'm pretty sure all of you could extrapolate from the description that it is the silver figure and probably the Clockwork Butler who are responsible for this. And to answer the question as to the difference between empathy and sympathy, empathy allows Tucker to add his own resistance roll on top of an ally's to help that ally roll against a status effect. Sympathy allows Tucker to take damage in place of a chosen target, taking a point of damage for every accuracy roll. Every success on their accuracy roll, up to half of the damage rounded up.
Or in summary, empathy is let me help you with a resistance roll, and sympathy is let me take some of the damage you're taking.
Correct.
So sympathy is kind of a stronger, in a way. They're not exactly like one is not exactly an upgrade of the other. They do different things, but sympathy is sort of a more all or nothing version of empathy, where the effect can technically be the result is technically stronger, but it also has a downside. And And as far as the correlation between the silver figure, is that how we're describing it? That silver figure would only really be known to Tucker and Lizard, I think. And I can't remember well, it says in the notes here that Lizard's gift, everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about it because it was seen during that one fight with Tiber, but I think Tucker and Lizard are still the only ones that know what happened that one night where he got the gift, where Lizard got the gift. As far as I recall.
I believe that's correct.
Everybody else was asleep, I think.
Could you promote me, by the way?
Sure.
Just so I can make copies.
Liz told them about it. Did they? Did Liz tell them about it?
Yeah, Liz did tell you guys about it, but I don't think they described the figure particularly well.
What did Liz say? I need to... In that case.
That would require actually rewatching, so...
It's possible the audience could answer that, then.
Yes, possibly. Also, I'm preemptively giving 2 of the players their rewards for finally reaching week 3.
Oh? What's going on here?
Well, you all arrive back in town, and you have to move your tent, as the recap describes, because construction crew needs to finish the interior. So, now you all need to decide where you're going to be sleeping. Either you're going to be sleeping in the club, or if you're going to try and pile in Mobile's house under her auspices and take advantage of that. If any of you are going to try and take advantage of Rise's hospitality instead.
Well, hold on.
I feel like that's a bad idea.
Hold on. You said you gave 2 people their gifts. What gifts or rewards?
Well, Ralph was making his taser, and Brooke needs to get their new leader move.
Oh, does Brooke have a thing? Oh, you made a thing.
Yes. Yes.
Or wait, was this an old thing? Was this an original thing, or did you make a new card?
We made a new card a while ago.
Oh. I don't remember.
It was one of the ones we made preemptively, and we set it off in the corner. We made it at the same time as Sympathy because we were going to need it.
Ah, okay.
I don't even get Blaze Kick yet. That's
So he got himself Zapper, huh?
Well, hang on.
Also, let's see, who else got a reward? Who else got a gift? Was it Brooke?
Yes.
What did Brooke get? Oh, another leader's thing.
Yes, Brooke got leader's pressure.
Ooh.
I can
Targets one non-team member and exerts pressure for one of several effects. Disarm with charm, cause hesitation, dazzle, distract, or disrupt. Outside combat, this move affects the appropriate social stat instead. Okay. So you can -2 a stat on an enemy.
Yes. But yes, outside of combat, that affects social stats instead.
Makes sense.
Because Brooke has been doing the social thing all throughout downtime. I honestly expected Brooke to do the more social thing during the Vespa Queen fight, but I believe there was also reasons why that was not so.
Yeah, we took the mojo. Sorry, Brooke.
It's fine. The leader's only as good as his team.
One of your team's brain dead.
Well,
very
not
nice.
necessarily. Because one of the pertinent points is Riley remembered... The Riley remembers Lizard bit is Riley remembered giving up everything for Lizard. So he was able to use Heal Pulse on the Queen.
Because he remembered how to do it.
Yes, you did. You also passed out.
I mean, I'm 2 for 2 in that one. I do see why people say it's just Healing Wish I've been using.
And Ulfric, this is a mod for Tabletop Simulator. Kitty, why?
He gave me 2 more games as we've been discussing things.
What? Why?
I think he just wants to defeat my wish list or something.
Add every single mod for The Sims, and then no one can defeat that.
Hell, stop him.
DLC, rather, like the $5,000 worth of DLC.
No.
Jesus.
How about we move on?
So, Blaze Kick. I'm looking at it now.
Yes. Riley does not have access to it quite yet, but it is week 3, so I might as well put it there because I intend to end this downtime today.
Turn it sideways to indicate it's not in play. There we go.
It's always further down.
And turn it sideways. That's what you do at card games, right? Also, why is there a giant exclamation mark on it?
That means it's high critical. It means I crit on 4 successes on accuracy, not 5.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Now all you need is something that gives you high critical as an item, and you crit on 3 successes.
The last thing we need is me being even stronger in combat. Like, I'm already pretty fucking strong.
It's also a fire type move, and you don't know how many fire types you're going to encounter soon.
I can burn people to death with this move card. I literally can kill people with this.
Is it lethal?
Burn 2 is lethal.
Also requires that you burn them. So, moving on.
It's significant, really good chance.
Moving on. What are you all going to be doing for your rest for tonight? Just so I know, so we can set the tone for the rest of the week, because, you know, your house is almost finished.
I think Tucker will... Well, he will kind of politely go to Rises and see if Rise is willing to let him in, basically, for that. Knowing that the cat might need space.
Well, we could probably find another place for the tent somewhere, right?
For Rise?
What? Was that Eragon?
Okay. I was making a joke, but apparently nobody heard it. I'm sad.
What?
A tent for Rise?
No one
Oh, I
heard
get
it.
it.
Jesus, no one heard it. My God.
No, I heard it. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, same.
Bryce needs space. We've set up the tent for him.
Yeah,
And we
take his house.
take his house.
Y'all are bad.
Well, if we gotta move the tent out of the way to like put the house there or whatever. Ralph will probably bunk with Mawile. And spend his last week still working and saying his goodbyes at the post office. Rain or shine, the mail must go through.
I said rained?
I mean, it could.
His goal to the end.
I mean, it's pretty droughty around here.
Need a Pokemon that has rain dance.
Something. Hey, Brooke, learn rain dance. Everybody will love you.
It would kind of fuck up the natural order of things, don't you think?
It's even a Pokerole move.
Especially Deadeye. It means thunder is easier for him to execute.
Oof.
Killed you.
It's gonna make it harder to find him then.
Like, could you imagine, like, a Pokemon doesn't like the Weathercaster, so every time they make a forecast, they use Sunny Day or Rain Dance?
It only affects a local area. Now then. Ralph is bunking with Mawile, which is normal. Mawile is happy to let this happen. Rise is still not in a particularly good place. So, unfortunately for Tucker, while Rise does let them in, they make it clear that they would like their space. And so you can sleep there, but you need to sleep downstairs.
Tucker would
Into the
probably...
basement with you.
No, I think Tucker would probably give them the full-on space and not spend the night there. That
Okay.
He's a good puppy.
Is it me?
You
It's Riley.
No.
I mean, Riley has been a good puppy.
Yeah, he has, actually.
Yeah, you're a good puppy. Good puppy. You want the stick? Want the stick? Or no, the bone. You want the bone?
Well, actually, actually, since Eragon spoke, since Eragon / Riley spoke up, I guess that means Riley wants some scritches.
Grr.
So, Riley, Lizard isn't really sure where else to set up the tent. So, they're sort of standing outside of the clubhouse right now, internally debating with themselves, and they're just sort of holding onto Riley's hand at the moment.
Like where? Like right outside the door, or
Not directly outside the door, but like in front of it.
Riley will tap on Liz's side to get his attention. He's just gonna point into the clubhouse building.
Lizard looks unsure, fidgeting a bit. Are you sure you want to go inside?
He will nod.
Okay. And then Lizard takes a deep breath and goes inside with Riley. This is also a good time for Senka's fan art.
Oh yeah, there's new art, isn't there?
Yes,
Technically speaking.
there is indeed new art. Which,
Well.
by the way, the art from last session is still pretty good.
Oh yeah.
The cooler combi.
Yes, well, all the art was really good. I remember there was other art done by someone else, who, I'm sorry if I'm forgetting who did it, but it was nice desert art.
Let me pull up the folder.
Darts.
What was the last? Let's see. Oh, which one do you want? Actually, you should probably tell me which one you want. While I get the newest art on it, because there's several pictures that was released after last session. So,
Oh goodness, I'll have to look.
well, I don't know if they're on that, but are you glitching? Are you talking about Florence? Is that what you're asking?
Yes,
Okay.
I am indeed speaking of Florence.
I feel like sharing random rice picture too, so I will do that.
Well, that's right, Parker made some art, but that's in between sessions.
Yeah. Yeah, let me share this one, and then I'll share the other one.
Parker did make art. They're the ones who made the initial design for Cool Combi.
Yeah. First off, here's random rice art. Because
Also, there was Blet Puppy.
Black puppy.
Yes. Just adorable Riolu.
I don't think I saw this one.
No, we did. It was in the one session. It was the dichotomy between
Oh, that one.
the
Oh,
start of Riley being "I will attack God" and now just being in the child carrier strapped to Lizard doing blep.
Right. I thought you were talking about one I forgot. I was like looking through my folders.
Anyway,
This is something that Key did. It's potentially voracious. You never know, though. It's actually kind of up to interpretation. Kitty, you said you stop after the last one.
I'm going to keep moving on.
All right, I'm gonna put the Florence picture up. You want?
Yes, it is an amazing Florence picture. I was compelled to pay Senka for this, because I was not going to let this just be fan art. It's that good. But in any case, Riley and Liz make it into the clubhouse, and of course, Florence is there, doing what he does.
Asking for free drinks?
Yeah.
See, if Riley actually had said that, Florence would probably act offended, even though it's true.
It's a shame. It's a shame he doesn't know.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong either. The only reason he's not getting free drinks is because Blaze is the one who's behind the counter right now.
Sad.
So, Lizard decides to take Riley upstairs and finds the closet you all stayed in previously when Angoro quote-unquote offered you guys a private room for a period of time. You know, when you first brought back the Houndoom.
Yeah, the broom cupboard, yeah.
Yeah, so Lizard's just going to hole up in the broom cupboard with Riley and kind of set up the tent like a tarp curtain of some kind. It's like, no. Nobody will come in here.
Put a building in your building?
Yes, there's a building in this building, and it's building a building. What about Brooke? What is Brooke doing for the afternoon?
Like as far as finding a place to sleep?
Yeah, and any other activity you may see fit to do.
He'd probably just go to his old room in the clubhouse if Lizard and Riley are taken care of.
Alrighty. Brooke probably sees them go in at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I should assume that Tucker is also going to rest in the clubhouse.
Yes, that's where he would go next.
Okie dokie. Which means, for the night, I would like Tucker and Brooke to roll Insight Survival Alert. To see if you get woken up.
Three.
Is that a good or a bad thing in terms of being woken up? Like, what are you aiming for?
It depends on what's happening, I guess.
That's a good point. Dear, you gotta roll too.
Oh, sorry. What? Roll?
Inside survival alert.
Oh, okay.
Roll perception.
Pretty much. Riley, you get to do Dex Survival Stealth.
Okay, thank you. I'm not stealthy.
Sorry, I was literally going out to my wish list so Kitty would stop buying games I won't actually play. It's like, I want to save him money. 4. Not bad, actually.
I'm not stealthy.
Not bad at all.
Okay. So, at some point during the night, Brooke and Tucker are awakened by the sound of a door shutting perhaps just a bit too heavily. And the light patter of footsteps.
Ralph isn't part of this. Go away, Ralph.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ralph is getting a full night's sleep because he has the Mawile body pillow.
Or vice versa.
That's true. Ralph is more pillow than Mawile.
Brooke will take a peek. Like, open up one eye and see if he can see anything.
Not from where you're laying down in the room.
Okay.
What about Tucker?
What about Tucker?
You got awakened.
Oh, I was sleeping?
Yes?
Yes, it's nighttime.
Oh,
Are you?
sorry, I didn't realize we fast-tracked a little bit.
Yes, we did. I'm sorry.
Who's waking me up?
You've heard a noise.
Yes, you were awakened by a door shutting just a little too loudly and the light patter of footsteps.
Are we in the, one of those shared dorm things?
Yes, you are at the moment.
Okay. Well, since the last time Tucker got woke up in the middle of the night was kind of an important event, Tucker would rouse himself and, well, look towards the source of the noise, given that he has effectively dark vision, right? So I think we've established that.
You see better at night than most of the others, at least.
Yeah.
Brooke decides whether or not it's worth getting up.
Lazy.
I mean, you can always flip a coin if you can't decide yourself. Oh,
He does not get up.
Or that.
Lazy.
This is a repeat of Lizard's Night, honestly.
Brooke is not being bothered to get out of bed. There's a
Look.
mood to that, honestly.
Brooke is become a larger, heavier Pokemon. It takes more energy to move.
Do not put that excuse on the table. We'll never hear the end of it. Not even from Brooke. I'm talking about Tubby.
Ralph is small. He doesn't have an excuse.
For now.
For now. He gets an excuse later.
We're not. We're
Anyway,
not alive.
anyway. Tucker, you vaguely see as you blink blearily from your awakenment. And yes, I know that awakenment is not a word. Shut up. Still getting back into the groove of things.
It's okay, I make up words too.
You see a vague figure heading downstairs.
Well, again, given his previous experiences of sleuthing things out, honestly, Tucker, beyond just being concerned easily, Tucker is also pretty curious, so he will hop off the bed slash mattress slash sleeping apparatus that exists in this location and go follow.
Alrighty. Do we even have...
I was thinking about changing the music too. What you want?
One of our nighttime songs would be most appropriate.
Yeah,
Type songs.
let me just yeah, it's under events. You're right. I think it is anyways. Let's see. Standard one should just be like good night or something. But I don't see it here, so maybe not. Do.
Ah, it's under 2.
Yeah.
Number 10.
Always nice to have an excuse to play this classic. It's one of the remixes of, well, classic theme from PMD 2.
So, Riley,
Hi.
you can't sleep.
No, he cannot.
Indeed. No, you can't. especially not with the memories you've regained. So you make your way to the oasis. In some respects, it's a reflection of what happened with Lizard. You get there and the moon is bright on the still water of the oasis. But unlike Lizard's event, there is no being there to offer you a gift. Just the quiet night air.
Riley is just going to look at his own reflection in the water for a little while.
Yep.
Oh, Kyrio's dead.
Oh no. So Tucker.
Too lazy. Leaves call.
So lazy he's left the game.
Oh goodness.
That's weird. I'm still looking at the tail.
Oh, I wonder if it's gonna be a whole bunch of us get disconnected.
It might be a tall tale.
Oh my god.
Anyway. So, Tucker, are you trying to be stealthy about following?
Tucker would not exactly try to be stealthy, more that he would just try to keep pace, not lose sight. Doesn't sound like Riley is running quickly, so he'll just kind of softly walk behind, more or less.
Alright.
Though when Riley stops, he probably will too. A little bit of ways. Not particularly trying to be stealthy, but not trying to be too noisy either. Kind of observing.
Riley, you get an insight survival alert.
Well, don't worry. This should be an easy one to read and not notice. Like, fucking hell, I'm
You're gonna
chronically unperceptive.
Never
I
mind.
am very unperceptive.
When you start talking like that, the dice are usually going to argue with you, but not in this case.
I have 3 dice.
Anyway,
Riley is currently captivated by his own reflection.
he's not paying terribly much attention to his surroundings at the moment.
To be fair, Brooke, he hasn't really seen his own reflection very much. It's usually not him he sees in those.
True,
That's fair.
actually.
I think he's only ever seen it once. Up until now, anyway.
Does he know what he looks like? Oh, we could take an empty picture frame and have Ralph stand on the other side of it and convince him he's a munchlax.
I don't think that would work anymore.
Oh my
You
god.
missed your boat with that one, you bastard.
Ah, man.
Beer said, who knew the one who can literally sense auras isn't aware of what's around him? To be fair, I think a dark type's aura might be a little easier to mute. But...
That's the reason that psychics can't sense them.
Not necessarily. If Riley were psychic, yeah, that would make sense. But aura is not psychic ability.
It's a little different.
Life
It is a little different, but I feel like it could also maybe get influenced by certain typings a little bit.
I feel, if anything, ghost eyes would be the most invisible to aura sense.
Probably.
That might be
I-
true, actually. Depends.
Maybe? It's hard to say. But that's a debate we can have another time. There will be time for spooky shenanigans. I'm going to make you all live through spooky shenanigans because I planned for that and I still haven't gotten to do it on a holiday.
Spoopy.
Seriously. Anyway, so Tucker, Riley does not particularly notice your approach, or if they do, they don't make any motion to indicate so.
Tucker will give Riley that moment that bit of time to reflect and look at that reflection. He feels like he shouldn't really interrupt it, so he just kind of sits down a little bit of ways. More or less trying to be a dutiful pup, make sure that Riley is doing okay, and, well, I'm sure Lizard would be concerned if Riley ran off and nobody knew where Riley went, so...
It's a few moments of Riley just standing there before he shifts his focus, raising his hands up and just staring at those instead.
They are your hands. The hands that you've seen for a few months now. But to you, it's been your whole life. Well, maybe not entirely your life. Not with recent events as they were.
Just then, Riley will drop to his knees, claps his face into his hands, and just start to cry.
Tucker will slowly approach with that happening. He'll just nudge right against the side of the other pup with his head. Softly, so as not to surprise.
At first, it doesn't seem like he even notices. It's several long moments before he raises his head out of his hands enough even to look at you.
And when he does so, Tucker will give him a lick on the forehead. Looking quite sad himself, but also there's a gentle desire to comfort in his eyes.
Riley will gaze over Tucker, seeming unsure of what to do.
In that case, Tucker knows what to do and kind of nudges closer, sort of curling his tail around the Riolu and essentially giving him a big kind of quadruped snug. And letting the Riolu cry into his fur if he wishes.
Riley will lower his hands, look down some, and continue to sob. But somehow it does seem like he appreciates the gesture.
Tucker doesn't actually say anything, but he holds the snug and gives occasional licks to Riley's side, just showing that, well, there's people there for him. It doesn't seem like Tucker will pull away until Riley feels better. Until Riley lets out what he needs to let out.
Eventually, the Riolu's tears will stop, but it doesn't seem like he has any intent to do so much as stand up.
Seeing that, the Puccina repositions and carefully nuzzles underneath the Riolu's belly and basically just plops him on his back. Again,
Riley will do
wordlessly.
Nothing.
What's
Nothing
that?
to stop it. Riley will
Nothing.
do nothing to stop that from happening.
Seems perfectly alright that the Riola can't stand for himself right now. And the Pooch is happy to carry him back, and does so slowly. To answer that question fair, Riley is so racked with emotions that he can't stand. So Tucker put him on his back.
It's a good thing Riley's light.
So, are you returning to the clubhouse then? Or just carrying your friend?
Tucker will ask one thing, finally breaking the silence. Do you want to go back? Or do you want to walk around a little bit?
Riley will just say, can't sleep.
Tucker will put on a bit of comforting chipperness and say, let's walk around town then. The night sky is really pretty tonight. And that's what Tucker will do. He'll head around the town a bit. Anywhere particularly peaceful, though honestly probably most everyone's asleep right now, so it's probably peaceful pretty much anywhere. Not sure if the city has any nightlife per se, but...
Not particularly. In fact, rather unlike Sea Spray, it doesn't look like there's dedicated night guards except around the gates and making patrols of the area. You're unlikely to be disturbed for just walking around. And, in fact, the peace and quiet is serene. There's so few clouds in the sky that it's easy to see the stars out here in this wilderness. It's not like Sea Spray, where the stars are down at Earth.
Tucker's pace is slow but steady, and he basically just walks Riley wherever the scenery is nice, giving the Riolu something else to focus on rather than sadness and lack of sleep. The Puccina doesn't seem to particularly mind staying up for his friend, and it's quite likely that, well, hopefully, he'll simply walk around until Riley falls asleep on his back.
Whenever that may be.
Pup's got more endurance than he looks. Will that happen?
Should I roll something to see if that happens, guy? And if so, what the hell do I roll?
What, to see if Riley falls asleep?
Yeah.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna make you roll anything for this. You can decide if you fall asleep or not.
I think he would eventually, but it would probably take a while.
Whatever tiredness Tucker feels from lack of sleep and whatever tiredness he gains from walking around, he doesn't really show it. It doesn't seem that matters too much to him.
Eventually, Tucker will feel Riley's weight becoming just that bit more dense. the way that one's weight does when they finally reach rest. Because in case anyone has tried, lifting a sleeping person is difficult. They are heavier than normal. You can't convince me otherwise. Sleep has gravity effects.
Yeah.
Tucker does notice the weight. Possibly the story, and if that's something that the Riolu does.
I don't think he snores.
Fair enough. And only once Riley has fallen asleep does he head back to the clubhouse, taking his time so as not to wake the Riolu up.
You make your way back.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is it the Roomba?
Is it the Roomba?
He may have stepped away to immediately stop the Roomba menace.
Stab the Roomba.
It's okay. I'm just asking out of amusement because there is the art of Brooke in the Roomba.
Yeah.
So, where does Tucker take Riley in the clubhouse?
Put him in the kitchen.
Yes, the kitchen. Both of you sleep in the sink.
Actually, here's a thought. You have a point. I was originally thinking that they'd just go back to the dorms, but perhaps a slightly more private or quiet environment might be better. Especially since Tucker is concerned for Riley. So let me simply ask this. Does the daycare have any sort of, like, little resting areas in it?
So like a bag chair to throw him on.
Not particularly, given its open design. Well, as it is.
Or to put it very simply, are there any pillows or anything there?
Yeah, there are pillows there. There's also little blankets for nap time. Not
That's
that
why
they
I was
get
thinking.
used all that often.
Well, let's not try to be rude here, but to be fair, Riley is a good size for nap time blankets and such. So I think he'll take him to the daycare.
Oh my gosh.
It's a quiet environment at night, certainly.
Rio is technically a baby Pokemon, right?
And it's fine. He can go there after hours. He works there.
I'm not gonna comment on that, Tubby.
Yeah, I mean, I guess once Marks is too.
Still not commenting on it.
In fact, Tucker will lay Riley down on one of the pillows very carefully off of his back and even cover him up with a blanket. Sort of treating him a little bit like he does some of the kids at daycare when they need a nap time. But there's no disrespect meant from the action. If anything, it just seems like Tucker has entered a bit of a caretaker mode. And then when he's done that, he simply curls up next to Riley and sleeps with him.
Well then. Now would be a good time to return to locales number 5.
Okay.
As now we finally swap today. Who wants to roll to see who wakes up first?
Oh god.
Here, let me roll for Lizard.
This was our first roll of the game.
Speak for yourself. Most of us have already rolled. It's just you.
No, I meant like the first roll of session 1 was to see who gets up first.
All right.
Yep.
I follow.
Yeah.
All right. What's the roll again?
Just roll a die to see if you wake when you wake up.
A 5.
All right. So Brooke and Tucker wake up first. Surprise, surprise, especially for Tucker. Then it's Ralph and Riley, and Lizard wakes up last. That's probably for the best.
I think Tucker's waking up first is more of just him yawning and kind of still laying there for a while.
Not getting up.
Perhaps
no.
waiting for Riley to get up first. Still, just kind of lazing a bit, still resting a bit extra, if not asleep.
Well, Brooks could then be the first one up and awake moving then.
Riolu seems like the least baby Pokemon, baby Pokemon, right? Actually, are Riolus counted as baby Pokemon? I feel like they actually have that term.
They are counted as baby Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which is... I feel like that's kind of weird, but I also mildly understand why.
I don't mind it. I feel like the baby Pokemon designation seems kind of arbitrary at times, like which ones get in and which ones don't. But, makes the daycare scene a little more appropriate, I suppose. Again, he's sized properly for nap times. Nap time blanket size and such.
I feel like they retconned the heck out of Lucario. I feel like Lucario was gonna be legendary.
What's that, Tubby, from the other room?
God darn it. I feel like they retconned the heck out of Lucario. I feel like Lucario was gonna be a legendary.
Maybe.
Really? Like
Also,
Zeraora, kind of?
Well, here's the thing. Munchlax is also technically a baby Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Most baby Pokemon have had the quote-unquote default stage or adult stage available before they existed.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing about baby Pokemon. They usually exist after the after.
Not Riolu. They came in the same generation.
Did they?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Munchlax, Kid, Magby, Pichu.
Igglybuff, whatever the reason that has to exist.
Smooch 'em because we needed more Jinx.
We really did.
And the baby Mr. Mime because we needed more Mr. Mime.
Lucario showed up before Riolu, according to somebody. Shed. I don't know. I forgot, honestly.
Didn't it only show up before Riolu because it got a movie?
Oh wait, Lucario rank in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 1, technically. Showed up before Lucario showed up in the games.
In any case, Brooke, you are the first one to actually get up.
It's because he didn't wake up. He just went to laze.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna look around for the missing team members since they didn't come back in.
Oh, now you can. No.
It's not particularly hard to find them. All you need to do is step out of the dorms and you can look through the open air doorway of the daycare and see that Tucker is already snoozing right there with Riley.
Well, actually, technically, he's not snoozing anymore. Since they both got a 5, I assume they're both awake at the same time.
That doesn't mean Tucker's eyes are open.
That's true. Tucker's probably still resting his eyes.
In that case, Brooke's gonna yawn and then head downstairs for breakfast, probably.
This is a good idea, because breakfast is underway. Yay, poached eggs and leaves.
Hot beef juice.
Hot beef juice?
Sure, why not?
I said leaf juice.
Oh, I thought you said beef juice. Like, that's an odd thing to call broth, but alright.
Whatever.
Describing morning tea.
I mean, that's not inaccurate.
Changed my mind. Broth is just tea for carnivores.
Yes, I love that.
And now there is such a thing as carnivore tea.
I'm going to bed.
Squeeze the cow good.
No, Ralph!
It's caffeine free.
Yeah, but it's high in sodium.
Mr. Soros, come here.
Oh god, no.
Oh, no.
Moving on!
Okay.
Ralph and Riley are the next two to wake up.
Riley doesn't know how he got here.
You are laying on a pillow. You have been covered by a blanket, and your friend is beside you. This is not Lizard.
Not listen. He's gonna look around.
Is there like a happy face or something on the blanket or pillow? Something like friendly and childish?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a shuckleberry blanket. It has little shuckles on it there.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh, that's cute.
And berries too.
Well, Riley, you didn't really spend much time in the daycare before, but it's a
I've never
relatively
been in here before.
yeah, it's a relatively bright pastel colored room, multiple colors. There's a shelf with books on it. There's a lounging chair that looks like it has a big butt dent in it because Pangoro. And there's a whole row of cubbies alongside one wall that have stuff in them.
Stuff.
Yes.
As he realizes that Riley is awake now, and obviously be awake himself, Tucker starts to stretch and yawn. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was gonna ask if it was obvious if Tucker was awake, but I think that answers my question.
There you go. Well, does Riley have a look of confusion as far as where he is and what's going on?
A little bit, yes.
All right. Well,
He's looking around, kind of
when-
confused, like.
when Tucker notices the confusion, he'll simply address how he took him on a walk last night and just brought him here for a little bit of privacy. Seemed like he needed some peace and quiet.
He's gonna look at you while you say that, and just look over towards the cubbies full of stuff.
Let's see. I think those cubbies have snacks and what else is in those?
Some quote-unquote toys, as well as supplies that are fitted for particularly small child Pokemon. You know, like the yellow slick raincoats. For if they get to go outside when it rains.
Cute. Tucker will notice Riley's curiosity and say, "Oh, those? Those are the cubbies where we keep snacks and little supplies and stuff for the daycare. You want a snack or something?" He kind of tilts his head.
He will shake his head.
Such a shame. I'm sure there's a razzleberry cake slice in there for you.
Covered with cake.
Come on now, you can't turn down cake.
Can do, will do.
Should probably leave the daycare for kitties start arriving. Yeah, I mean, they'll arrive in the morning, but not instantly, probably.
Aside from the Squirtle, who is already there.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask where the Squirtle was.
They've been there the whole time.
They were.
Well,
They're currently sitting on Tucker's head.
no, the Squirtle is hiding under their wash basin, and very occasionally they are peeking out from under it, just in their corner. Because they're like trying to spy on the both of you, and they're mildly ineffectual at it.
I bet they spied a little harder when Brooke walked by.
No, they just forgot to re-hide for a bit and watched as Brooke passed. They may have begun very slowly scooting along the floor to try to get to the stairs. So, as you are conversing with Riley, there's in the background the very soft sound of wash basins scraping on the floor. Just...
Riley will slowly get up, then go over to the wash basin and lift it up.
Tucker will also walk over with a bit of a chuckle. This is obviously not the first time he's had to quote unquote deal with Squirtle trying to escape.
There's nothing there. The Squirtle's clean to the wash basin.
This is correct. Riley has lifted the wash basin, and there is nothing on the floor.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, Riley, go ahead.
I have no perception. Why did I fucking bad? Never mind, not this time.
You can feel the wash basin is weirdly heavy, so you turn it around, and inside is the Squirtle with their limbs splayed out, trying to hang onto the wash basin. And they see that they've been caught, and they try to give the biggest Squirtle eyes.
I will put the basin down. Pick up the Squirtle, and he's gonna leave the daycare with the Squirtle.
The Squirtle is not sure how to feel about this, as they are kind of half over Riley's shoulder, and they're looking at Tucker with an expression of, what is this? Should I be afraid?
Tucker seems to take a moment to consider this before flopping an ear and blepping out his tongue in a bit of a chuckle. He trails right behind Riley and gives a pat to the squirrel's head. Guess you're having breakfast with us then.
Riley's gonna try and find Brooke. The last person he saw with this child was Brooks, so he can only assume that child belongs to the crocodile.
I see.
Tucker doesn't seem to mind this bit of odd development, considering that Riley's not being mean to the squirrel, and, well, he can keep an eye on him regardless.
Leave Riley alone, Brooke. He doesn't even know who you are right now.
So, Ralph, you awaken in Mawile's house. At this point, it might as well be you and Mawile's house.
Got to plug the headphone bit back in.
So what were you saying?
Yeah, we share because she's such a generous Mawile.
Yes, she is. She puts up with you.
Yeah.
He loved me.
You're mispronouncing loaves.
I mean, for all you know, she's making a loaf of bread somehow.
It's a loath powered bread maker.
Actually, wait, I'm curious. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I was actually wondering, did the construction of the taser happen off screen? Because it actually could happen on screen too. Just point that out.
You know what? Ralph, when you get up, Mawile is using your basis for the quote-unquote taser, and it's currently working, but it doesn't really have a trigger at the moment, so it's just zapping 100% of the time. So she's got it set up in basically like the Bunsen burner like beaker holder thing, and she's trying to toast bread over it.
Nice.
Utilitarian.
You know, whenever we're together, the sparks really do fly.
Stop. There we go.
Morning, Ralph.
Morning.
Look, I made Ralph Zap toast! And she holds up the toast in a pair of tongs, and it's just this unevenly toasted monstrosity.
Oh, that looks great.
Oh yes, Zap Toast, the food version of Zapdos.
Oh my god!
Zap a little bird into it.
Oh no! That's a thing now!
I'm sorry, it
Zap
was so
Toast.
close to the actual word I had to comment.
And there's only the one?
No. Apparently she went out and like bought a loaf of bread while you were still sleeping. So there's a whole bunch of Zap Toast bread.
Nice.
Just littering the desk in various states of toastage and possibly burning.
I was gonna say we'd split it in half and feed each half to each other. That's a thing that couples do, right?
Mawile shrugs. The couple thing is new to her too. So instead, she hands you a piece of toast, then grabs another piece of Zap Toast, and then begins feeding you her piece of Zap Toast, with the intent of you feeding her your piece of Zap Toast.
Yes, we do this, and I'm sure it's adorably awkward.
It is awkward because the bread is unevenly crunchy and toasty and burnt and soft in various places.
Oh man, this is a little bit of a tangent, but when I briefly had an IRL girlfriend, we did the thing, the Lady and the Tramp thing, but with a piece of like candy straw, like candy sour straw. It was a little bit awkward because it doesn't break super easy. So when both of our lips were like right there, we had to like awkwardly bite off the little piece of candy because it's a little bit harder to pull apart than just easily closing your mouth. But it was pretty great.
Dear Lord.
But yeah, I'm sure it's adorable. If you keep it up, yeah, you keep this up, and you'll give Verizon for its money.
No.
Somewhere in the distance, Rise suddenly laughs in his sleep and then goes back to being depressed.
Just laughs in his sleep, rolls over, goes back to sleep.
Yeah. Looks like this thing's almost working pretty good. We just need a toggle to go on and off. Or should it be a hold switch? I think it... I mean, a weapon, so the hold switch would be logical. But a toggle might be easier.
Not sure. Well, we still have the basic design. We can always look at the internals blueprint and figure something out.
I love you so much.
I know you do.
Hey, let's mess with this thing so I can officially have it.
So Ralph is messing with the taser and finishing it. Which means, sadly, Kyrio's joke of Brooke finding Ralph already at breakfast despite waking up after him and in a different building does not hold water.
It's okay, we got Zapdos out of it.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Also, we've decided, lemon marmalade topping. Bird-on image of Zapdos on the bread, thanks to toasters being able to do that. Lemon marmalade on top. Perfect Pokemon Cafe option.
Nice.
Because there are actual official Pokemon cafes, and I heavily recommend everyone look them up. They have some really awesome looking dishes.
I have to agree. Most of those like gimmick cafes, their stuff is actually really tasty.
They look tasty, and also the portions seem pretty reasonable for being a gimmick cafe. Certainly a price I'd be willing to spend when I go to Japan. Hopefully when we go to Japan. Still want to do that, Eragon? That was an old plan of ours.
Not right now. Shit, have you seen the state of the world?
I didn't mean right now, but later.
Like literally right now. Alright, we're cutting this.
Alright, we're going tomorrow. Let's get packed up. It's like, no.
Oh, gosh. No.
Oh, man. I've been to a maid cafe, but it was at a convention, so I don't think it counts.
I mean, that counts. Certainly gets the atmosphere.
So, everybody's at their various breakfasts, and Lizard wakes up.
Can I give the Squirtle to Brooke?
Yes, actually, because you're gonna get downstairs into Brooke before Lizard awakens. So Brooke, Tucker and Riley come downstairs. No Lizard yet. Riley is hanging onto the Squirtle. And I'm just imagining Riley holds the Squirtle out to Brooke.
Yeah.
And then Squirtle retreats their limbs into their shell and flips around and pops their limbs out again and, just holds arms out to Brooke.
Brooke just raises a brow.
Tucker will
slowly takes the Squirtle.
Tucker
Thank
will comment.
you.
Oh, sorry. So Tucker will comment to Brooke's confusion, saying, "I guess we got an extra breakfast guest today."
Sure looks like it. He will set the Squirtle down next to him.
Riley will say to Brooke, "Don't lose your child."
He's not right.
I would assume Squirtle normally doesn't go down to breakfast or anything. He probably eats up there normally.
Yeah, normally Squirtle just eats with the other kids.
Yeah. But I guess he's eating with the adults today.
Squirtle sticks their tongue out at Riley.
Blink.
Blink.
Man, I'm not old enough to be a mom.
It's unfortunate. You have a child.
I mean, tell that to Tucker, who has the egg in their bag.
Tucker may blush and look and check on his egg after that comment.
Touché.
From God himself.
It's not even the end of the campaign, and you all are making families. Ah.
This was thrust
Arguably, we're
upon me.
only at the beginning. Literally, yeah.
I would like to know too. I haven't been really addressing it, but like when Tucker is resting or something, he probably takes the egg out of the bag and does also curl up with that as well.
I've been assuming that Tucker has done something like that. If there's something that seems fairly obvious for you guys to be doing, like, you stating it after the fact is fine, so long as it's not, like, something that would be super mechanically effective for you.
Yeah. Basically, under any moments of, like, any periods of peace or rest where he's not moving around too much and having to do stuff, Tucker will generally be taking the egg out and basically kind of trying to tuck it in his tail or whatever. Just keep it warm.
You may or may not occasionally feel the egg wiggle.
If Tucker does notice that, he would noticeably perk up for anybody who's around him.
Question is, what's in the egg?
When's that thing gonna hatch? When it reaches 1,000 steps? So yeah, walking around with Riley last night really helped on that. stuff.
I'm both looking forward to and dreading the moment it hatches because everybody's going to make wild speculative theories about it.
Like they haven't already.
Yeah, I already have my theory.
I'm sorry, but it's not a baby Giratina.
We already had this conversation, which is upsetting, because that would be hilarious.
Don't worry, they'll make an appearance one day. I'm sure one of you is bound to die.
Beer said,
Cheers.
Beer said,
Straight
give,
to hell, I see.
Beer said
Oh,
give a
man.
Pokemon to a Mormon, and it doesn't make me want to comment. Tucker has considered maybe giving the egg to another Pokemon's care, but it doesn't. For some reason, it doesn't quite sit right with him. He wants to keep it on. He wants to keep tabs on it as much as possible.
I'm imagining now, the Ralph getting his 1,000 steps for the egg. He sets up 4. He goes to a gym or something, and he sets up 4 treadmills so that they're going in a circle. And he just sits there and holds it.
Oh
Doesn't
my
count.
God.
You're not making steps. You are being moved. There's a difference.
We
I
can
mean,
prove
you-
this thanks to the arrow puzzles in like Gold and Silver had some arrow puzzles. If you were moving around on those, did it count steps?
Yep. Anyway, moving
So
along.
Brooke's gonna look at Riley and say, "Does Lizard know where you are? He's gonna freak out if he doesn't."
Riley's just gonna be quiet for a second. He's gonna turn around and go back upstairs.
This is probably a good thing. Because Riley's gonna get upstairs, and the door is going to open, and there's a concerned lizard, and then they see Riley and visibly relax. Oh. Okay. I was worried. I didn't see you. How are you feeling today?
He's gonna go over and hug Liz's leg.
Liz basically melts and then kneels down and hugs Riley.
I should go downstairs with Liz.
Let's have some breakfast, okay?
Nod.
Then we can do anything you want today.
Also more nod.
Lizard just smiles, takes Riley's hand, and goes back downstairs. Around this time, most of the other pioneers have begun to get up for breakfast as well, so it's getting a little busier. Shall I assume... Oh, sorry.
It's Blaze cooking as well. I can't imagine there's too many people. It's gonna be mingling like usual.
Blaze can be personable when he wants.
Does he want?
Look, he's had his Chesterberry coffee this morning.
His coffee is good.
Wait, who? Which character?
Blaze,
Oh, Blaze.
Charizard Master. Yes, for those who don't remember, Blaze is the Charizard quartermaster of the Poke Pioneers, and technically speaking, may be one of the founding members of the club.
Well, he certainly has a rapport with our bard. How did I forget his name? God damn it, Florence. Thank you. He clearly has like a rapper with Florence, so it's clear that if the Charizard wants to have a hearty conversation, he probably can.
Yes, and in fact, Florence is already downstairs, and that's something that Burke would have noticed when he came downstairs, is that Florence was there, just slumped over the counter, sleeping.
Yeah, why am I not surprised?
That's his bed. He always sleeps there.
In a hotel.
He's just in the hotel. He's just here for the drinks.
Florence is here for drinks, merriment, company, and, well, stories. Speaking of which, enough time has passed, you could probably tell him another story.
Have Riley do it. Do this very short story.
I died at the end.
I died. Oh my god.
That is a story.
It's a pretty accurate story, nonetheless.
Just tug on the Toxtricity's coattails. Tell him, I have a story, I died at the end. And then hold your hands out.
They'll grab your hands.
Just Florence pressing an empty cup into Riolu's hands. It's like, here, fill it with coffee.
Fill it with coffee and drink it.
But no, Florence is there and is kind of snoozing despite the mild noise of the breakfast crowd.
Start balancing things on his head till he wakes up.
You know, that's kind of easy considering their hat and head shape.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Stacking the empty plates on his head.
They're just not going to stop this.
Brooke is not going to stop this.
Great.
I don't think Tucker cares enough.
He's gonna make a mess when he wakes up.
Then Blaze will probably stop this.
Well, first, Blaze is going to serve you guys breakfast, and then he's going to just stare at the Riolu until the Riolu stops.
It's probably like 3 plates down at that point.
Crossed arms, stares.
Blink, blink. Staring back.
Slowly reaches so he can remove the plates.
Now it's like Jenga. Guess be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Ooh.
Takes the plates, squints at the Riolu, and then puts them where the dirty dishes go.
Unfortunate.
Muttering something about, you know, he's in enough debt with the cafe, he doesn't need to owe us for plates too.
Would it be Florence's fault?
Yeah, but Florence is still the one who ends up breaking the plates.
That's true. Oh
can
man,
go through.
booby trap would be bad. Surrounded with just cutlery and stuff, all breakable objects that can't move.
Sounds like something someone would do to Riley because they know that Riley would end up breaking things.
I'll just use them to smash the plates.
Don't mind me, I'm checking something.
That's a bag.
Or 2 bags.
That's another bag.
I want to see if something exists in these bags. Something I just thought about.
Now then,
Oh, the hats.
is there anything particularly special any of you wanted to do during week 3?
Tucker wanted to talk to everyone about what his observations were about the thing I wrote down that's on my sheet.
Which means you may require obtaining Ralph from Mawwile's grasp, if that is possible.
Yes, that is a thing that needs to happen first.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, turns out Pokemon Trader Balls take a lot longer to load.
More polygons.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! I meant to rotate her.
I'm not looking for traders, I'm looking for something that might be in the trader bag. I have to
Hey,
check.
how do I change her back? Thank you. I meant to-
It's a state.
Who the hell is this guy? Okay. Some really interesting models I've never seen in the Sun Moon Bank. Alright, damn. I was really thinking that the models table would have a Pokemon egg. I was looking for it. But there is no Pokemon
I think
egg.
there's never been a 3D model of an egg.
Has there not been?
I don't think so. I think it's
There
always
hasn't
the
been-
2D animation.
I mean, like, I know in Sword
Yeah,
and
there
Shield-
hasn't been any reason to have it. Anytime an egg would appear in battle, it would end up as like a blank space.
I thought when they hatch, though, there's a 3D animation with the egg being 3D.
I don't think it's really a 3D animation.
You don't think so? I think it's a fake.
I think it's a 3D quotations animation.
Oh. Well, it's a shame. I really wanted an egg just to have next to Tucker.
You use one of the little default game pieces.
Good chicken egg or something.
There might be an egg somewhere amongst the random models I have in different workshop things. I'm not sure.
Just use a Togepi.
Oh my god.
Or an execute. But there's a. I was thinking the.
Okay, I'm gonna look at 2 other bags.
Anyway. In which case, I'm going to, well, Tucker searches out those things. I'm going to call a brief water break because I need to go get another drink and possibly use the bathroom.
That's fair.
Everybody else should do the same if they can.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I unfortunately cannot. I've been taped to the chair.
I know. When that happened.
Audience, we'll be right back. Feel free to wildly speculate to your heart's content.
Feel free to speculate what else Riley remembers that he has not said to anybody.
Does he remember the fearless, his fearless mentor, Ralph Wilson?
He can't remember what doesn't exist.
Oh, whoa, ooh, glitch something. It's fine. Oh, I found some really interesting things, actually. How big is this? Oh, God.
Oh my god, this fucking massive. Get that out of
cool.
here.
That's really cool.
That's really neat, though.
Yeah,
Why do you have this?
There's another workshop thing that is just a bunch of, like, Pokemon-related models and stuff. It has a lot of buildings. That's really neat, actually. What is this from, I wonder? Which game? Ralph.
Welcome to your Pokemon Center. We'll restore your Pokemon to full health. Okie dokie.
Now, their only chances are allowed back there.
Do. There you go, your Pokemon are fighting fit. Oh no, this one's paralyzed. We better get him on the table. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we just hit the button. And do. Okay, y'all better.
Alright, you dark. I want to spawn more of those, but I don't want to break anything. Well, actually, I was looking at that because there's actually a lot there, including characters and other stuff. In fact, I almost want to say that we could use one as a base building thing. Especially if they have open interiors like that. Some of them do. Let's see. Oh, there's a buildings bag that makes... Oh, objects. Here we go. This might have... That might have an egg. I'm not sure.
The building.
The green bag I just spawned. Well, shit, he can always watch it back. There's more buildings in this bag.
There is no egg. There is, however, a globe.
Oh, really? Well, maybe we'll take the globe. That might be useful.
Take the globe?
Let's take a look. Where's it? Like a globe. Oh, that's the extra link thing, isn't it?
Probably.
There's a bicycle. Oh, here, there's an office chair. If we need that for some reason.
Vending machine.
Oh, look at this. I can't click it. Oh, zero edit, I see. I was confused why. If I go over here. There's a lot here, actually. I never really looked at this workshop item, but there's clearly a lot here. Building.
They're going to refugees.
Oh my god, what is that? That's like 1/4 of a building. Alright, fair enough. Visible from one angle.
What the heck are these things?
Hello. I have a lot of random workshop page things involving Pokemon models, just in case they come in useful. I was looking for an egg, but not in this one either, unfortunately. Though there was some funny stuff you missed. Ralph was Nurse Joy for a bit because I spawned a Pokemon Center.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh wow, that would be useful for like the arena. Oh god, it's huge! One moment, wait. That's bigger than the Pokemon Center. I'll say that much.
Get rid of that. Get rid of that.
Hold on. I'll just stop. I'll just undo it out of existence. It's fine. There we go.
Good lord.
It's fine.
Not be trusted with admin powers.
Clearly, only I can be trusted.
You definitely cannot be trusted with admin powers.
We'll make sure I didn't delete anything else while doing that. Everything looks good here. Yeah, it looks like everything's fine. And you saw the blaze kick. Yeah, okay. We're all good. Let me turn the music back on.
I mean, it's not like I would make some small, subtle, but noticeable after a while change and snicker until someone found it.
Oh.
I'm glad to see my quick wit is appreciated.
Got some other 3D Pokemon stuff, so I'll look around for an egg on the side while we continue.
Okie dokie then. So does that mean everybody is here?
I'm not sure.
Present?
Not present.
You're always a present. Can't argue if it's true.
I will throw this water bottle at you.
What the hell is this? I found a really interesting die.
The
I'm
Cash
sorry.
Legendary die.
I guess so.
Let's see, Team Mystic logo.
Can't believe Kyrio's dead.
Versus red versus blue.
That's okay. We did take a break after all, so. Car can come back whenever he's ready.
I'm back.
There he is.
Welcome back.
I may have found an egg.
Congratulations.
Oh, good.
Oh, there's no egg amongst this food, darn.
So, how are you going to collect Ralph for this conversation, Tucker?
Well, after breakfast, I was thinking that, well, actually, probably during breakfast, Tucker will bring up that there's something that's kind of, he's been noticing after what happened with the Vespiquen, and that he'd like to get everybody together for a conversation. So, and he would let the others at the table comment on that, if they have any thoughts or anything. But basically, Tucker makes it clear like he wants everybody together, including Ralph, but yeah.
Ooh, hey, for maximum awkward points, can I just be finished making the zapper when he walks in so that I can be exclaiming yes, yes, yes because it's done?
You're a charmer.
Maybe Mawwile's happy for me, so we're both going yes, yes, yes. Oh man.
Up to you, DM, I suppose.
What are you trying to do again?
I want to be finishing the zapper just as Tucker's walking up on the other side of the door, so I can be shouting yes, yes, yes.
This is fine.
But I'm referring to the zapper.
Yes, you may do this. Just you do that, and it's that sort of ecstatic yes that one gets when they have finally completed a labor of love.
You're even worse.
That's something else for Tucker. Also possibly O'Reilly.
I'm believing.
Even though Tucker himself's probably too young, like if he were theoretically on a TV show, the audience at home would find it hilarious.
Get back behind the wall, Ralph.
So yes, Tucker, you hear that as you are approaching the house.
just hear the M. Bison meme line. Okay, gotcha. I suppose Tucker will simply wait because he's going to show up knowing him.
Okay, so you're waiting. Yeah, I guess at some point Ralph will head out with the intent of going to the Pioneering Club. So if you're waiting by the door, you'll see him then. Kind of like when you're playing a game where the NPCs have schedules, and you need to talk to one of them, so you like sit at the house they spawn out of until they get out.
What?
Oh, you mean like Stardew Valley?
Yeah, like Stardew Valley. Like you need to talk to a certain NPC, so you show up at that door that they're gonna walk out of, and wait there. But yeah.
So eventually, Tucker, Ralph leaves Mawwile's abode, holding something, and looking particularly triumphant.
Yes.
Just Ralph with his hands on his hips, that heroic pose and smug, successful look on his face, greeting the day with yes.
So is this Ralph coming to the cafe?
Indeed it is.
Alright. Well, Well, while Ralph addresses the group about whatever he's very proud about, Tucker will actually first retrieve Squirtle and bring him back upstairs before they have their serious conversation.
As usual, Squirtle does not want to go because they want to stay with their effectively older sibling at this point, Brooke.
There are friendly reassurances they'll get to see Brooke again. Actually, Tucker might even do a tease and say, "Don't worry, you'll see your big brother soon." And give Brooke a little wink.
This will make the Squirtle smile.
Brooke just rolls his eyes but smiles back.
Well, is Ralph going to blabber about what he's so excited about while Tucker returns Squirtle to proper location?
I suppose. So, last night, me and Mage Mawile are really making some sparks fly. He pulls out the tool like 2 or 3 seconds later. And here it is. The ultimate weapon. He toggles it on. I have the power of an electric type in my hand.
Blaze at the counter as he passes by, wiping down a emptied and rinsed out coffee cup. Oh yay. Even more mayhem you can create.
Yeah, isn't it great? Oh, I'll take my first meal now, please. But whatever you're serving.
The quartermaster gives Ralph a look, then sighs. I'm almost certain that Mawile fed you, but whatever.
Well, yeah, but that don't count.
If
That
Tucker,
was first breakfast.
something just occurred to me. If Ralph starts showing this thing off before Tucker's all the way up the stairs and out of line of sight, he'll move a little faster with Squirtle, just to get Squirtle away from the zapping thing.
I mean,
And Ralph.
He waits till the baby water type is well away before he ignites his dangerous electric tool.
Good lax. Good lax.
Riley's gonna try and grab it.
Oh no!
Oh,
Actually,
he's gonna try and grab the globe.
I'm a little curious, does Brooke have a reaction to this thing? Just being zapping all over the place.
He'll probably lean away from it.
Riley's gonna try and grab it.
Okay.
Try to grab the Zappian.
I'm gonna grab whatever end I grab. I don't know how big this fucking thing is.
Yeah, no offense, Brooke, but I just feel like a water type might have an instinctual reaction to something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How tall is Ralph versus how tall is Riley?
I think Riley's a bit taller, not counting the ears.
Just a little bit.
Yours flop down. I don't know why you would count them. Oh, I mean, you mean much.
No, it is not much.
Okay, well, according to the group art, you are slightly shorter than Ralph, though.
God damn it, why am I always short?
Yeah, he is.
Don't worry, you can become a beanpole when you evolve.
Oh,
Maybe. I'll think about it.
Well,
I
you
think
already
we'll
have a beanpole lizard friend, so...
Maybe that's accurate.
He don't apply stab. Do I apply super effective?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do I roll to take this thing from him?
I suppose that opposed make a grapple roll versus Ralph doing Dex fight evasion.
Riley really is that kid that sees the stove glowing and puts his hand on it to see what that's about.
Poke shiny.
yoink. You didn't have a chance.
Okay, Ralph. flip me a coin to see if he grabs it on a safe end.
Oh no.
Heads or tails, Riley?
Heads.
Okay, you grab a safe point. You have snatched it away. You now have the zappy stick. It is not currently zappy.
Okay, I'm taking.
Thank God it has a trigger now.
Thank you.
Ralph, the zappy stick has been confiscated by the child.
He's looking at it.
Careful, it's a little bit dangerous.
He's gonna fiddle with it.
Riley, you really shouldn't take things from others like that. Lizard fidgeting, staring at this weird device.
Can I try and turn it on?
Is the button obvious?
I feel like it's probably a slider, like a click it up, click it down thing.
Oh no. Okay, Riley,
Hi.
roll a smart because you have nothing else to go with
I
this.
got
To
one brain cell. Let's go.
see if you succeed.
Hey.
My God.
Oh no.
I did it.
So, you kind of saw Ralph doing this before. So you push at the slidey thing, and suddenly it is zappy.
Yeah, kind of like a flashlight.
Ah.
Riley?
Holding him away from himself now.
Lizard trying to maneuver daintily around Riley so they can, like, try to confiscate this thing.
Now it packs quite a punch. And be careful, because I haven't tested it yet, but it might paralyze you, so there's that.
Tucker's coming down at this point. So this is his first notice of whatever the heck Ralph came in about. And he just sees Riley with his thing. And just pauses midway down the stairs, kind of just watching, like one would watch a train wreck.
Lizard is going to try and carefully retrieve the zapper from Riley.
Okay. He'll let Liz take it.
Thank goodness for that.
Liz holds it as far away from themselves as they can because this is clearly unnatural. This is unnaturally captured lightning.
Sweet Jupiter, what kind of black magic voodoo did this guy wield? He controls the forces of nature.
I mean, all Pokemon control the forces of nature. What are you talking about?
I control all the forces of nature, just very randomly and unreliably.
That's not untrue.
I mean, same. I got Copycat, I can do anything I want. It's even more random.
Oh man. If you copycat a metronome, do you copycat the move it used, or do you copycat...
We've had this
dude.
conversation. He just
Have
does
we?
metronome.
Crap, that reminds me. I wonder if I added the stipulation in the meld moves document that moves that mimic other moves cannot be used to create meld moves.
Use Copycat and metronome at the same time as a meld move.
Because like metronome, copycat, transform, mimic, those don't really work. Because they're reliant on copying the moves of others.
Makes sense. Otherwise you create this big feedback loop or insane combo otherwise, so...
Yeah, there's some stipulations I'm gonna have to add to that document.
Yep.
I'll do it after. Anyway. So Lizard, like, holds it zappy end toward Ralph and is like, okay, here, you take it. Do whatever you do to make it not... this.
Alright. Ralph carefully takes it and turns it off. He puts it in his his bag. I was gonna say his inventory space, but then I remembered I actually do have a bag in the story.
Tucker
Yes.
somewhat notably only approaches once that thing's off.
Lizard gently pats Riley on the head with one hand.
It's perfectly safe. I promise.
Squints.
You know, unless, you know, I attack the bad guy with it, then it's not safe for them.
Lizard also squints.
Where's Blaze with my food?
Blaze is standing there, just holding the plate of food, having watched this entire thing go down. Squints.
Yo, your service is getting slow. Rise wouldn't like it if I tell him that, you know, you're keeping the guests here hungry. Come on, put it down.
Oh, space demanding.
Blaze gives Ralph a deadpan look, sets down the plate, and then proceeds to flash char everything on it.
Oh! That's your one meal.
Enjoy, Mr. Picky. Stomps off to continue doing his work.
Real mature.
Riley will start snickering.
Says the idiot that brought bottled lightning.
I think a flying type like Charizard has every right to be annoyed at that.
Some light grumbling. Don't appreciate the keenness of my tongue. Yeah. As he bites into a black biscuit anyway, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Thankfully, it's only the surface that's charred. The inside is fine. Mostly.
You know, no Charmander, Trembling, or Charizard can be blamed for cooking like that. They could just shrug and say, "What? I char-seared it for you." Let's see. So Tucker will, as the shenanigans died down, kind of just address the group. I was pondering doing this in voice, but I actually think it'd be better to do an overview, at least for the start of it, because it's kind of a recap. It's pretty obvious that the Pooch has something kind of serious to say, and he addresses how when he connected with the Vespiquen, that he picked up on some words that he doesn't know how he could read, but could read. Something that said aspect vibration, and he's going to address that to the group. It's clear that it unsettles the Pooch a bit. And again, I don't think anybody actually knows about Lizard's. They know about Lizard's gifts. Everybody knows about Lizard's gift, but nobody knows about how Lizard obtained the gift, right? Aside from Tuck. Okay. Well, Tucker will leave the aspect thing as the first point before going into the next one and see what people's reactions to it are. He'll probably just to close out his statement. He'd probably say something like, "I don't know what it means, but something felt really unnatural about that whole situation. I don't like it." And then nobody had any comments whatsoever.
I mean, what?
Just making sure you were done.
Yes, for now. I mean, there's the other point, but one thing at a time.
Aspect ratio. Did my hallucination say anything about that? Don't think so.
Actually, that is a good question. Did anybody's aspects say that they were aspects?
Imagine having an aspect.
You'll get
I
one
don't
later.
think they did.
I don't think so either.
I don't remember if we heard anything when we did the whole shaman thing.
Tucker connected with Shaman as well, but I don't believe any sort of words appeared for Tucker at that point, like it did with Vespic.
Nope. Nothing.
Yeah, I got a single word a long time ago in like a dream or something, but I forget what it was.
I think we learned the word vessel or something like that
Yeah,
at some point.
We've all of our characters have had some very abstract dreams that seem to indicate information we don't understand.
Yeah. And I had that like interaction with the clockwork demon thing where he showed me the future of my metronome power.
Tucker, after sharing this bit, it's clear that he's not quite done, and that wasn't the full point. He is kind of eyeing over the lizard, actually. And then... Let's see, Lizard was fully around for the whole Vespiquid thing, too. So, okay. Tucker will make a comment to Lizard and ask... Can I mention what happened that one night?
Lizard looks around a bit, then nods. The breakfast crowd is mostly dispersed, so they're not particularly worried about others eavesdropping. I mean, the only one who would eavesdrop is the damn bard, and, well, they like stories.
Tucker takes a little bit of a sigh before explaining. Some of what Vespiquin said, when they were under that control that they were under, some of it stood out to me. The silver figure they mentioned, and what else did they say? Did they mention the clockwork fellow, basically? I think that's what they... I try to remember because it was 3 weeks ago. DM?
Can't prove he's dead.
Yes.
Yes.
The Vespa Queen did kind of mention the clockwork. She mentioned a being of silver, as well as one who made... I believe she mentioned the sound he made, or it made, as being like finely tuned machinery.
Was there not a mention of the same thing that visited Lizard?
Yes,
Yeah.
the silvery being.
Yeah, the silvery... So the silvery being and the clockwork being are not the same. Just double checking that.
Well, she did specifically mention two had visited her, and then made the description.
Yeah. So here's what Tucker will say on that. When Vespiquin mentioned the silvery being, that reminded me. A few nights back, or actually I guess it would have been a few weeks at this point. Sometime back, I know when Lizard received the gift they had. And Vespiquin said gift as well. I followed Lizard down one night, and they got a gift from, well, a silvery being. It looked, it's clear the Pooch has trouble explaining what they saw. And they kind of eye over to Lizard in case they want to add anything.
We'll never know. Carl, you good?
Are you good, Carl?
Sorry, I distracted myself. Sorry. You were distracted earlier, dang it.
Well, during a moment of a lull, but anyways. Tucker explained the silvery bean to the group to some extent, but had struggled explaining it. What did you miss? What did you miss? I need to know what you missed.
I missed like the last 2 lines.
Oh, yeah, Tucker started explaining to the group how he followed Lizard down that one night and saw Lizard receive a gift from a silvery bean. Much the same as Vespiquen mentioned receiving a gift from a silvery bean. Tucker had trouble describing the creature that they saw that night. And basically looked to Lizard to see if a Lizard wanted to add anything.
Lizard's kind of been listening intently, but they look unsure. If it was the same one, it was kind of like liquid, but not. It was dark. It was almost like the moonlight had come alive at the oasis. And then it gave me the seed. One hand brushes over their chest, where the heart-shaped mark lies. Or the flower-shaped mark. Wow, really? Good job, me.
You're welcome.
Good job, me.
Tucker looks at Liz during this conversation and during Lizard's explanation. It's pretty obvious that the Pooch has some concern for Lizard. It's not maybe clear immediately, but it becomes clear as he begins to speak again. I couldn't tell anything about that creature. I tried to sense it, but it was pretty, but I don't know what it meant. I don't know what it was here to do. I don't know if it's just giving gifts to try to help. I don't think that's it. I think there's something more. With how Vespiquen came out, that didn't seem right at all. And I hope... He looks over at Lizard again. I hope nothing goes wrong with the other gifts either.
Lizard hugs an arm around Riley and nods solemnly. So far, nothing has been particularly off about Lizard.
It's clear the Pooch still very much trusts Lizard. He seems more leery about if the gift has any consequences. Especially after what they saw the other day.
Ralph might look at his hands briefly at that statement.
Shall we read the Brookline first?
Yeah.
I'll do it. So this might have
Hang
something...
on.
Oh, you
Sorry.
actually are here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I've been listening. I like letting you guys do the role play.
I just wasn't sure if you were listening.
Squint.
That was 2 out of 3, so at that point I wasn't sure.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Besides, we're getting back into this. It's
Yeah,
okay if we're
yeah.
a little casual.
It's alright.
So, this might have something to do with the clockwork thing that messed with Shaman? Burke asks. This stuff seems dangerous. Be careful how you use it, okay? Burke says to Lizard, but not in any accusatory way. Lizard sighs and nods, though they still look mildly despondent. I know. But I was able to help all of you because of this. So no matter what happens, right now, I don't have any regrets. I would do it again if I had to. I understand how the Queen felt. Because when someone gives you a chance, when it feels like there's no other options, like you couldn't do it yourself, of course you're going to take that chance. I just think maybe the Queen didn't have anyone to keep her on the right path. All she did was listen to whatever it was up there. Lizard points towards the ceiling. Though one can easily extrapolate they definitely mean much higher up.
That's Pangoro.
He's the mastermind.
Didn't she say that when she sang, I guess that's what she calls her power, that something replied? Something from the sky? To be honest, this stuff with Shaman and Vespa Queen reminds me of how our red friend went a little crazy. He crosses his arms. We're taking advantage of people who want to help others, and that really pisses me off.
Tucker will pipe up after the two have said what they said and comment. I couldn't pick up on what its intent was. Maybe its intent is, well, nothing at all. But I'm not sure. It seems to want to help, but it also doesn't seem to care if it hurts or helps. I can't tell what that means.
It's a good time to chime in.
Yeah, go ahead.
I suppose this is a good time to mention. And he kind of puts Sam's on the table. These two whatevers are the ones who taught me how to control my metronome. I only got the first basics of it, but they sort of held my hand and showed me how to pick anything from it. It's almost like they gave me the book on how to control this power of randomness, and only the first chapter is in a language I can read. It's weird to explain, but I couldn't get much answers out of them. I can't really tell if they're on our side or anything, so yeah. I guess that wasn't that helpful.
Tucker does seem interested in the information Ralph presents. Seeming a little bit surprised about that factoid about metronome.
I also hear the clockwork guy stalking me a lot. I've heard him stalking me with the tick, tick, tick constantly in my head. And yeah, I was going a little bit crazy there for a minute, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, see, did Ralph bring that up before? I remember this. It was like during the, specifically during the arena, too.
Yeah, Ralph's brought up like this. Did anyone else hear that?
Occasionally when Ralph has actually managed to perceive it, he's tried to bring it up here and there. Unfortunately for Ralph, he doesn't always catch it. Brooke raises a brow. Here I thought we were just getting lucky. guess that was a little naive, huh? He shrugs before looking to Tucker again. Intent aside, we've seen the results. Brooke frowns.
The dog looks thoughtful for a moment before commenting, "It seems like those who get the gift, but are alone and in pain, like Shaman and Vespiquen, it seems like they suffer. Well, the gifts we've gotten, from what I understand, we've been able to handle them better, at least right now. Maybe because we're not so alone."
Riley is going to pop up. He wasn't alone.
Tucker kind of stares at Riley.
It's true. Remember what we saw? In the mirror? He wasn't alone. But I think they tried harder to make him this way? Maybe? I can't tell what their aim is. I just remember... I remember seeing that spindly figure. That was the one fragment that really stood out to me, because it reminded me of the creature who gave me my gift. And it looked like it was being condescending toward him. Sorry. I'm just used to recognizing that sort of thing, I guess. Liz rubs their arm, sort of looking off to the side.
Aw.
We can speculate all we want, I guess. Problem is, we have nothing to go on. We need some kind of clue, Brooke says.
"We need to figure out what they're trying to gain from this," Tucker remarks. "I don't think it's just to be selfless."
If they were being selfless, why would they leave the ones with the gifts to just go rampant like that?
And why would they take right back from some of them? His face goes dark as he's clearly remembering the shaman.
Keep in mind, lizards only technically seen the aftermath of the shaman. They weren't actually there to witness what happened.
This seems to escape Tucker's immediate notice, as he is kind of just musing.
It's also pertinent for Brooke to remember, though I believe they may have mentioned it before. When they shared that vision of augmentation, one of the predecessors that they saw in the abyss was Shaman.
What vibes did Tucker get out of Connection? If any?
That's hard to say.
That's quite okay, Kyrio. It's hard to remember this stuff.
Yes, this is stuff that has happened a fair amount of time before.
It was also very abstract, making it even harder to remember.
Yes, it was particularly abstract, but one of the things in your vision was you did get to see other Pokemon, or at least the shapes of them, at varying levels sinking into the abyss. One of them happened to be Shaman. But unfortunately, Tucker, it is difficult to get a read on connection. And especially since there's been some time since you last saw them, remembering is harder.
It's like a dream. So it's hard to recall. Tucker lets out a little sigh. I'm sorry for bringing the mood down. I've just been thinking about this a bit. I don't want more people getting hurt. Until I know what these things are trying to do, I think the hurt might keep happening.
Well, we can't do much about it right now. We should just sit out the rest of the lockdown and look for clues when we can get out of here, Brooke says with a smile. Let's just relax for now, and let Riley recover.
Tucker nods to that.
That's a good plan.
Poor Ralph, choking down his meal.
Kind of accurate.
I guess so.
Damn, it's unfortunate.
Next, I'm telling on him next time I see Ray's. I'm gonna be like, man, place was in there serving burnt food.
I don't know if that's something you want to do with Murderous Intent Rise. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Wait, what?
I mean, Murderous Intent Rise. You go ahead and tell them the blazes and their burning shit. That's gonna end well. Blaze.
I mean, if Rice gets the whole context of the matter, he'll probably be like, oh, okay, he probably deserved it.
I wonder if Rice has cheekily ruined anybody's meals because they had too much attitude or something.
Yeah, like he hears he burnt the food for someone. He's like mad at first. Yeah, the short annoying Munchlax is like, oh, okay.
Oh, the one that almost blew up my house. Yeah, okay, I don't care anymore.
I did not almost blow up his house.
Totally did, by the way.
I guess Tucker will cap off and respond to Brooke's line by saying, yeah, Riley's recovery is our first priority. And then after that, well, I guess we should just keep our eyes and ears open and see what we can't figure out. And Tucker will probably give another nosing over to Riley, since I'm going to assume Riley was a little tense after saying actual words again. That tends to only happen if he's, yeah.
Little bit. Though notably, he seems to be focused on Brooke.
Really?
Like, staring into him.
I'm gonna guess that's pretty obvious then.
Probably, yes. Extremely.
You gonna voice that guy?
Yep. What's up, Riley? Brooke asks.
Bradley is going to get up and go over to Brooke. Just look them directly in the eyes. I know you, don't I? I'll never cease to get joy from reading the chat whenever something like this happens.
Chat is always a lovely accent to situations like this.
Yeah, I like when they flip out. It's great fun.
Wait till we reveal the one thing we were talking about. Am I making this up on the spot? Who knows?
Well, it's not so much them flipping out and getting shocked. I just love it when they like something I did with Tucker. And they think it's adorable or whatever. That makes me happy.
I'm just happy if people have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Sorry if I was giving you a slightly hard time, Car. Beerus
How many of
admonished
them
me.
do you think picked up on that one hint that you cryptically hid in your avatar for 2 days?
Don't do that.
What, you mean the fact that I'm vibrating now?
No, I was just making something up.
Oh yeah, I only now
Completely
noticed the vibration on Discord.
Oh goodness, it's been like that for a little while. Blame my friends, they demanded it.
I like it.
It's funny.
Somebody fed me somebody fed me D
batteries.
Anyway, Brookline. Yeah, Brooke says casually. Look a little different probably, but we've all been together for a long time. What else do you remember?
Riley will put one of his hands over the scar on Brooke's side. You're a friend. A leader. Why'd you protect me then?
You just said why, Brooke says. I'm your friend. I'm a leader. And Brooke, admitting that resonates with you. You are a leader. Even if you didn't intend it, it's something you've become. Even if you haven't quite seen it all the time in yourself. You are reliable, and your team looks to you. as rebellious as they may be. Brooke seems a bit surprised at the conviction with which that came out, but he holds to it.
Riley sort of sinks back a bit. Was it worth protecting us?
On the bright side, we have not seen any blindfolded Kyrios this session.
Hooray!
Don't jinx it.
Sorry, I had to tease.
I'm just gonna stick to my headcanon that he's really hoping somebody brings a pinata in front of him so I can get some candy. So he's just preempting it. Also, for anybody anxious, no, it's fine. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting for the text replies. This is a good conversation.
The text replies are always good.
Though I guess I'll fill the dead air a little bit by saying, Azur, you wondered if Ralph keeps doing Ralph things, if Riley will remember him, and I commented that Riley already seems to remember Tucker. I'm actually kind of, at first off, I know what you said. I was just commenting for Tucker's sake as well on that point. I'm kind of curious, Eragon, does Riley seem to remember Tucker?
Tucker cheated with the whole connection thing. Basically, where Brooke is currently, right off the bat.
Actually,
so you just skip steps 1 through 4.
Because of what particular instance of connection?
The whole empathy thing during the fight.
Oh.
That is the only reason why Riley was willing to protect you during that fight. If you hadn't done that, he would not have done so.
Huh.
Which is why he did not make any efforts to protect Brooke or Ralph.
The connection to Lizard's obvious. That one's, dead obvious, so. But Ralph, due to the slightly antagonistic relationship, that requires more of a climb. And also, Brooke has a uphill climb because he's in a different body. That does make it harder.
Yeah, and Brooke evolved outside of vision, so...
If Liz had involved us set up Riley's vision, that would have caused major problems too.
Oh yeah, Liz would have been heartbroken.
Liz would have been
Also,
accused
Riley
of
probably would not have stuck in the cave of mirrors with you people. He probably would have fled.
Huh. Honestly, I wonder if he just would have mistaken Blizzard for Mr. Strelazzle. Honestly, at that point.
That probably would be bad considering how that ended.
Yeah, that's why I bring it up.
Yup.
Oh man, I've got to find an artist who will commission that scene. But
Also, there's a new line.
Yes, I was waiting for conversation to finish.
Yeah.
Brooke smiles. Always. I know what it's like to lose someone to my own inaction. I will never regret what happened. Just have him keep bonking Ralph and he'll remember.
yeah, I mean that was what Ralph tried to do. He gave Riley the bone, and he bent his head down, and he's like, yeah, you'll remember.
I don't think he's bonked you at all.
Once he does, it'll all come back to him. It'll be like hitting a button.
He could be right.
That's valid. You don't know. To respond to Brooks' things, though, Riley will hug him.
Aw.
Aww.
Tucker will also hug. Because that's what dogs do if they start seeing people hug. They just like jump into it.
Donkey team hug.
The secondary team name is Team Hug.
Was this a Riley hug and Lizard isn't in on it? This won't stand.
Also, I just noticed the extra note there. The team may note the regret that Brooke expresses hasn't occurred during their time together. Oh. Yeah, actually, I was kind of picking up on that, and so was Tucker, I think, a little bit, too.
The rest of the team may know that. How long have I known you? Like 4 weeks. That's all I remember.
Lizard and Riley don't quite catch the regret, but Tucker and Ralph will. Rook chuckles and hugs you all back. All right, come on, you're ruining my image.
Oh, you're just a big blue marshmallow.
You're big enough to group hug. It's fine.
Would you intimidate, Ashley?
There's a section of your chalk body for everyone.
Oh, you're not that much more intimidating than Riley. And Riley's been deemed the least intimidating thing in the universe, so I don't think you've got much to stand on, buddy.
Zill suddenly gets to the group hug. How's he doing, actually?
I'm not interested in how he's doing. No, God, no.
What was he last doing, is more specifically what I mean.
Riley has 4 cool, Brooke. I'm sorry, you're less cool.
That's a good question. What are Prince Zeal and the Houndoom doing? Find out in the 4 Coma episode.
Oh my god.
The what episode?
Just like side episode thing. I'm having a laugh.
Last scene looking for construction. Oh right, he was diverted to talk to the foreman about something to go away. I think the point is to get him to go away, but I don't remember what he was doing.
He has to find the hidden clues. He has to follow the trail of hidden clues. One of them's on the back of the clubhouse, and it says, go to the post office. And the other one at the post office says, go to the park. And the one at the park says, go to the back of the clubhouse.
God.
I mean, with Zeal's attention span, that could occupy him for a week.
Oh my god.
And yeah, your Houndoom friend seems to have been interned at the kitchen, which I suppose is good for you guys. At least that means there's like a team chef.
We have a chef.
Yeah.
That's good. Also, I just
have an insider on the kitchen.
Thank you, Fair, for teaching me a word. By the way, I didn't know what you meant by forecomb. I was like, what the hell does that word mean? The
And
more
we
you
have an
know.
insider in the kitchen. We can be like, okie dokie. Yo, I'm gonna come through the breakfast crowd, right? I'm gonna get both my meals, and you're gonna erase my name off of there when the coast is clear, and then I'm gonna come back for lunch.
He's not gonna do that. You realize he's not gonna.
Man.
It's true. There is a kitchen planned in the base. You know,
Yeah,
the base that's almost finished. The base that's going to be finished at the end of the week.
Kitchen is
Yeah.
which one was it? Which room was it? I think it was the upper
Top right.
Yeah.
First floor.
I'm gonna paint a giant munchlax head on the side of my tower.
I just watched that movie recently, Brooke.
Cusco's base.
The base designed specifically for Cusco's base.
Wait, what? I forget this.
Oh
bit.
yeah, it's all coming together.
Gosh dang it. Anyway,
Dun 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 dun.
moving on.
Okay.
Is this going to be the end of the conversation, or will there be more?
I've said my 12 words, so I think I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah,
Tucker has gotten thoughts off his chest.
And Lizard now has new thoughts to have anxieties over.
Yeah.
I think we're set.
No.
It's fine. They just need a Riley hug to hug it out later.
I'll give Riley a hug.
Just imagining Lizard hugging Riley a little too hard, Riley making squeaky toy noise.
Oh, looks like my aunt is.
Not that.
Like that squeaky noise. That's...
Not that. Not that noise.
New Hugger Riley plush, only $29.99. Good lord, we would make so much bank off of that.
Yeah, honestly. Hey, you think Anita would be down to mass produce those?
On the
'Cause I might
subject,
have to add a couple zeros to that price tag, though.
on the subject of merchandise and other media, I would love this is brought up. This was brought up in the in our Discord group, but it would be really kind of cool if somebody wanted to adapt our story to like a webcomic or something. So I'm just gonna throw that out there in case any inspired webcomic artists are interested. Just throw it out there. Why not?
Sure, if they feel like it. Put it into the universe. But if that's it, what are you guys going to be doing for the remainder of the week? Because this one is the week that otherwise does not have any like events or anything happening.
Did we ever conclude with? I mean, we were going to see the Vespiquen to try to get some honey or whatever, right? So
Yes.
did we ever follow up with what's her face?
Lilligant?
Yeah.
Burke wants to multi-hit with Ice Gun. Yes, Burke. I believe Burks was going to be working on the Lear Ice Gun variant. Or derivative, anyway. Using my own terminology.
Oh, Parker did art. I should share that. But yeah, what happened with her?
Nobody has gone to inform Lilligant yet. I was under the assumption that you guys were going to wait until you got the honey because Lilligant didn't exactly put a time limit on things.
True. Probably get it at some point. I think the Vedril said, or I think Vespiquen said there would be some delivered later, effectively. Once they get things fixed up. Yeah.
Okay, come on. Lillian will know.
It was from us.
Yeah, Lilligant will know, probably.
Look at what assume it's from you, specifically.
Look, any gift Lilligant gets, Lilligant is going to assume it's from Brooke.
Oh god, don't tell us that. That's a good way to make some...
That's a Squirtle.
Wash basin,
I like
turn
it.
up. Oh.
It's like he wants another shell. It's kind of cute. It's like I have a Blastoise. I could imagine him role playing as a Blastoise with that wash basin. Think about it.
Yep, I can see it. They probably would have like flower pots as well, because that's the only thing I can think of that's vaguely cannon shaped. Oh goodness. So Brooke is working on Ice Gun Lair.
Oh, Wolf said, did you guys check out the root? Check the root medicine I already put into storage. Oh. Actually, where did that... Is that in our storage? Do we have a storage yet?
Yeah, it's been put into...
Oh, wait, not our
your
local storage.
It's technically in the clubhouse's storage at the moment.
Technically speaking.
I believe, because you guys don't have a finished base yet.
How's that going, by the way, over this next week?
Pretty good. I mean, the outside is done. It's just the inside that needs finishing touches.
You gotta put the wallpaper up and all that jazz.
I mean, you paid for the service.
That's true.
I'm supposing that Liz and Riley are going to be working on Blaze Kick for the remainder of the week.
Yes.
Ralph has his taser.
Yep. So now he can give the post office the full attention it deserves.
What? How does that correlate?
He
Oh,
takes
okay, I
his
see.
part-time job very seriously.
I'm sorry, the way you put that was I got a taser. Now I can be a mailman again. I couldn't do it without the taser. Gotta take down those dogs that attacked me.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the last game showed that being a male person can be very perilous.
Just don't show that to
Sometimes-
Cannon.
Sometimes you have to like dodge fireballs and big rolling spike things.
So
That's true.
oh gosh, that's right, Male Mole.
Yeah.
Still a charming little game. Ralph, I have put your pay for the week in your bag,
Nice.
so you can put it in your storage if you so choose.
I forgot. Does Tucker get paid for daycare work?
I don't think they have been, since it's mostly sort of volunteer work.
Yeah, I figured
It
as
looks
much.
good on a resume.
You know, it's honestly not a big deal, Tucker.
Also, once your daycare is up and running, you can charge people.
Yeah, he probably will. Not because he's like greedy, but because, well, he is doing even more work then. And yeah, that too. And the cost, like, currently all the supplies in the daycare in the clubhouse, you know, he's not having to pay for those, but later that's going to change, so yeah, costs are
Not that Pangoro wouldn't be amenable to just sort of donating some of the extra daycare supplies to your daycare,
Would certainly
because
help.
that means that he has to do it less.
True. I mean, if he wants my daycare to be the primary, if he wants Tucker's daycare to be the primary daycare, then hoisting over the supplies then would definitely be like, we're not doing this anymore over here. We're going to use the space for something else.
Boy, that gets his room back.
I'm not really sure. Like, I love how everybody just goes off to train, and Tucker doesn't really do training. You may notice, like, he has other focuses a lot of times. I think, though on that subject though, he will spend the week kind of doing casual check-ins with Rise, like maybe every couple days, so as not to be too overbearing, but basically seeing how Rise is doing. And ideally, basically trying to patch things up with Rise a little bit, and trying
Where's
to see...
your shadow sneak thing?
And that's the other thing. That's a good question. It got replaced by W's. That was probably an accident. I can look at what it was.
Track of that.
Hold on, wait, it's fine. I'll just look at the previous video.
Yeah, you can just look at the end. It's fine.
I'll tell you what's at, because it's kind of relevant. Though while I look this up, I guess you can... Who else have you not asked the question to?
I believe that's everybody, for the most part.
Okay.
Because Ralph is doing his quote-unquote day job.
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
Ms. Toucannon would be very upset if I had to stop early.
Yes. She would be...
Beside herself, really.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Absolutely distraught.
I got it really fast. Shadow Sneak was at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ticks at the end of last session.
Okay, I thought so. Alright.
There we go. But yes, he would be... I can't quite... thanks to the fact that it's been so long. What was Ryze's state last time? Last time they tried to interact? They had a deep conversation, didn't they?
They did. Ryze is not in a great place, but as Tucker continues checking on them, he's getting better day by day. But he's still off. And you can tell. Even when Ryze looks absolutely normal, you can tell that something is off. And they're not talking about it. This doesn't, mind you, stop them from training you during the latter half of the week.
Mm-hmm. And Tucker will take the train because he's spending time with Ryze and trying to see if he can help. He would also do training along the way. Tucker would know better to address it directly, but he would kind of offer a general... He would seek to help Ryze in any way he can. Whether that be talking about it or not even address it and doing something else for Ryze that could be useful for Ryze, like an errand or something.
Ryze doesn't particularly have many errands that need to get done, aside from, like, grocery collection. And for the most part, they're fine enough to walk around town and do that themselves. Or, you know, send Noibat with you. Which is not annoying, per se. But Noibat is chatty. And they have the distinct Noibat/Zubat screech thing going on.
I don't think Tucker would mind too much. His ears might have to bend a little bit away from the sheer noise at times, but he doesn't mind a chipper bat. Also, yeah, obviously Ryze could still do things by himself, but I think Tucker will do that sort of thing where he's clever and he takes opportunities to basically take over one of Ryze's little, like, responsibilities. Like, oh, well, you just trained me. Why don't you rest for a while? I'll go do the thing. Like, you know. Do that thing where he kind of worms his way into helping, effectively.
I mean, Ryze isn't going to say no, but it's not something they aren't used to happening. Because the more you ingratiate yourself into Ryze's life, the more you realize that Noibat already tries to do these things. And for the most part, Ryze tries to brush them off. Not in, like, a mean or, you know, uncaring manner, so much as trying to get Noibat to rest and recognize their limits. Because by and large, Noibat works at night, for obvious reasons. But they seem particularly eager to prove themselves.
Well, it's quite likely, especially if they're spending some time together, that Tucker would be talking to Noibat about that. After all, Tucker is pretty perceptive, so he'd probably pick up on this after not too many days.
I believe... I'm not sure that this was secret at all. I feel like this was told to you guys, like, a while ago, or it was at least implied. But Noibat will share with Tucker that they were in the same boat as some of the other orphan child Pokemon in the daycare until Ryze took over being their official guardian. They don't know if Ryze was forced to or ordered to, but regardless of the circumstance, they are happy for it, and they want to prove that they can not only protect the town by acting as a pioneer and a scout or a guard, but that they can protect Ryze too. because Rise is taking care of them. But they also lament that no matter how hard they try, and no matter how many times they go to the cave, they keep getting turned away. Of all the kinds and ways of getting power, it seems like Noibat is particularly fixated on trying to evolve.
Somewhat understandable desire, considering how they evolved into something quite a bit stronger. It's quite a power leap, but Tucker, probably without realizing it, or maybe he does somewhat notice Rise's opinions on Noibat, but he would himself notice Noibat kind of overexerting himself, and that would make him all the more happy to help Noibat out with errands, especially those involving Rise. But he might just hang out with Noibat during the week too a little bit then. Partially because, with his empathy, if Noibat's overworking himself and Tucker has some time, he probably will help out.
Well, if nothing else, Noibat is happy to have a friend. Since, well, most of the other pioneers consider, or at least in Noibat's own words, seem to consider them as a novelty. Or that they are a little young to actually do real pioneer work. Which, it's not hard to tell that this sort of ruffles their feathers, as it were.
Tucker would freely comment about how he's the youngest member of their team, and how he himself feels a little bit useless at times, at least when it comes to fights. So he kind of sees where Noibat's coming from. But he also would caution Noibat to not think that way. Because as Tucker's been learning, there's other ways to help than just being strong. There's other ways to be strong than just being able to do a really good attack. And also, to answer somebody on the side who's asking, Sleepy's asking about the Tucker voice and me not using it much. It's been a hard week coming back into streaming after vacation. There's been a lot of stress and stuff going on. I'm happy to use the Tucker voice, but I'm also not feeling terribly well today, so it's a mix of me taking it easy, and also just the fact that we can move things along in the game better if I don't get into direct lines and more do this is what Tucker talks about. If I go, this is what Tucker talks about, it takes a minute to say that. If I actually say all the lines, it's going to take 10 minutes. So it simply seems to be at this point, I think it's a better pace, especially since we're doing general scenes and not doing like a pointed, like here's a play-by-play. Like in dungeons and stuff, like during big events, that's better time to use Tucker's voice because we have events that are actually going by we're going over the details of a scene in that situation. But in this situation, we're not focused so much on details, so it's better to do kind of a general, here's what Tucker ends up saying sort of thing.
Yes, and that's why I might not be using voices, not only because I'm getting back into the groove of things at the moment, but because it helps move along the scene to describe what is discussed as opposed to what is directly said. Mm-hmm. And, that's also okay. Not everything has to be directly role-played out in the voice or in character, so much as we can get the general gist across. It's nice to want to role-play everything out, but this also leaves a little bit to the imagination as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, I actually have a question. When Tucker confronted Rise, when he was at Rise's door, speaking through it and saying, I need to talk to you, was Purloin there at the time?
Which time frame?
It was when Tucker specifically went over to Rise to talk to Rise because he didn't want Rise to leave and go take out the Shadow Scavengers.
Yes. That was established, that Purloin was in the house.
Was there. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'm just kind of wondering. Yeah, go ahead.
I asked which time frame because you also went to go talk to Rise before leaving. And Purloin, I believe Purloin had also been there, but they left.
Yeah, I don't think they were there at the time for that conversation. That was the more recent one. I'm just kind of wondering, I was kind of pondering on the side because people were bringing up Purloin. I'm like, kind of wondering, like, if Tucker is hanging out with Rise, is Purloin going to end up interacting with him at some point?
Probably not.
I feel like Purloin will do their part to avoid Tucker, though.
Purloin has, at least Purloin in particular, as an individual, has been avoiding the whole of Team Cheer. But her teammates have not been so inclined, necessarily. So if they see any of you, which they do over the course of the week, they're markedly friendlier than Purloin is, and that doesn't necessarily say a lot for Lytton, but, you know, Shinx is also generally quite friendly.
Mm-hmm. A little recap for everyone. Tucker and Purloin were last biting at each other quite harshly with words. They both said some really hurtful things to each other. Neither of them are in the right on that one, really. It's possible that Tucker might, in the aftermath of that, after some days have passed, feel a bit regretful. So I feel like he might end up talking to Purloin at some point. Not right now, though.
Nope. Unfortunately, your continued presence at Rise's side may or may not be keeping Purloin from visiting.
It may make Purloin more upset, even. Tucker's relations with the other two cats, though, if he runs into them, he's fine with them, as far as I remember. They,
I mean...
Yeah.
Whenever Brooke ends up running into Shinx, they're going to be apologetic and run away most of the time.
I think Tucker likes Shinx. Lytton, he's kind of more just, that's fine. You know, Lytton's fine.
Lytton is a lazy gremlin, to put it nicely. And they definitely get along better with Ralph, I think, because especially when they encounter Ralph, they try to do things. Like Ralph standing and or sitting on a stool at the Clubhouse Cafe bar counter, just idly attempting to knock over the stool just because.
Fox, Tucker got angry, mean how? I guess you didn't watch that episode, or you forgot? I don't blame you, it's been a bit. What were the two hurtful lines exchanged between the cat and the dog?
I cannot remember.
I can.
I know what they were.
Yeah.
But I also don't feel like reenacting them here. No. I feel like they were better done there.
Yeah, I just can't remember who initiated it. It was Purloin or Tucker that first said the thing.
Tucker ended up initiating that final line, and
the final line? Yeah.
Purloin finished it.
Right. Yeah, they basically said you don't know what pain is to each other. Basically both insulting each other in the process.
Yep. So, unfortunately, it is getting late. I thought we were going to finish downtime this session, but...
Didn't we technically do so?
We were almost there.
Almost. No.
What was left? No?
The last week, week 4, is the festival.
Oh.
Okay, that doesn't count. That's his whole
How did you expect us to get to the festival?
It's been this for 2 weeks. Are you serious? You learned nothing.
I will also leave a last little comment that, if I recall with Tucker and Shinx, I think Shinx was the last one standing in that fight, and Tucker basically was like, why don't you just call it? I don't want to beat you up, basically.
I mean, and if Tucker didn't beat up Shinx, Riley would have beat up Shinx. I don't think Shinx wants that.
Tucker doesn't really want to beat up Shinx.
I was actually thinking the worst thing that could happen to Lytton trying to knock Ralph off a stool is he succeeds.
Falls on top of him.
That's like the worst thing that could happen is he succeeds.
I'm suddenly curious, actually. Kyrio, Brooke kind of has a sort of a respect for the cats, right? For the most part?
Oh, yeah.
Did he get mad at Shinx for one-shotting him? I think it was a one-shot.
Oh, no.
I didn't think so. If anything, he's probably a bit impressed.
Yeah. And a little disappointed in himself.
Aww.
I didn't expect Shinx to be that dangerous.
Type of edge.
I still feel bad about that, but the image of, crispy croconaut nuggets, effectively.
I'll get some ranch dip. No.
So, the week progresses, and one thing all of you do note is that Florence, whenever you decide to, take a look at him if you feel like it, you notice that he is watching you. He's been watching all of you relatively intently over the course of the week.
Creepy.
And admittedly, Brooke shared a pretty darn good story with him. But it seems a little odd. And, as it probably should, with someone you hardly know staring at you every chance you see them.
Is he focusing on anyone in particular, or?
Nope.
And is this like a actively go and see them sort of situation, or just kind of watching them whenever they go to the cafe?
This is sort of watching them whenever they go to the cafe. He is not actively going out of his way to seek a point to stare at you.
Get some binoculars. Get on
I think
It is not like he is stalking you guys in the Oasis markets.
I think whenever Ralph notices, he'll wave.
I was wondering if anybody would address it.
Well, at least if Ralph waves, Florence will wave back, assuming both his hands aren't occupied.
I do have a similar question.
Yes.
Seeing as the truth bomb Brooke dropped in the middle of the cafeteria, has that led to anything with Riley?
All right, the repercussions for the last session or one of the last sessions where, what did Brooke say just around the middle of the cafe while Rise was being kind of apprehended?
Kind of basically directly stated that Tyra was in Riley's head.
Right.
So that hasn't resulted in anything yet?
The inclusion of the yes concerns me.
At the very least, it is nothing that Riley or Lizard has noticed. Because the worst that could have happened at this time is Pokemon giving Riley strange and wary looks.
Fuck, people were doing that when we got back from Claydol Cairn anyway. Not that Riley knows that.
True.
Though, at least for Riley, the staring from Florence, while, suitably creepy because of it being staring because stranger, at least he seems to be attempting to be friendly.
Has he played music at any point during these staring bouts?
Of course. Most of the time he is playing music.
That might give him some positive points in Riley's book. Creepy or not.
I mean, I could spend the last 30 minutes going and grabbing my book and singing another song that I have for him, but...
I gotta go to bed.
Wait, you've written multiple songs? That's kind of impressive. Also, yes.
Well, I have a second song. One that is a bit more pertinent for the Mist Continent, but... I mean, I could sing it now and or, another time, so...
Probably another time, just because Eragon.
It's late. But the end of the week rolls around. And... Excadrill comes into the clubhouse around lunchtime, assuming you all will be there. And for all intents and purposes, let's say they're correct, because it's the end of the week, and Rise has finally returned to chef duty. Rather than, being on quote-unquote vacation.
Yeah.
But the Excadrill foreman is happy to inform you that your house is finished.
Yay.
And then they turn around and motion at Zeal, who is gnawing on their backside.
Oh, there he
He's
is.
okay, can you take this away now?
Did he just stick them all week?
Deal.
You get to keep him.
And then Zeal looks up at all of you and is like, "Ahem, Horan."
Yes, for a whole week. Good work.
How long to find one? Fuck. What kind of hunter are you?
This guy's an imposter. The real foreman is up on the top of a mountain, 100.
Jeez.
Yeah, it turns out that he actually walked all the way to Sea Spray looking for the foreman, and then went back, and that's how it took him a week.
I'm sorry, is Ralph actually saying that to poor Zeal?
I don't believe so.
Oh, don't tempt me, but no.
Wait, what did you quip? I actually missed that one.
That was an imposter. The real foreman's on the top of a mountain 100 miles to the north.
Oh no, that would be mean. Don't do that.
Also, there is a mountain like 100 miles to the
There
north.
is. There is a very important mountain 100 miles to the north.
Oh, so he'd find it. He'd start climbing.
Riley.
Yeah.
You feel an intense urge to hit the munchlax upside the head with a blunt object.
Hooray!
But I didn't actually say
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna
I just
go
thought
over
it.
to the yard. That's all it takes. I'm going to take the bullet out of my backpack, like hold it like a baseball bat, size it up for a bit, and then just whack him as hard as I can.
Oh, jeez.
They're like
Damage
Ralph.
Ralph, your danger sense is tingling. Roll your Dex Fight Survival for me.
What's he trying to beat? What am I rolling?
You're gonna roll a strike.
Okay.
Fight survival's a weird roll.
Yes, it is,
Two of these.
but I'm doing it because you're trying to live.
Trying. To be fair,
This
we
is
all
a
try to do
familiar
that.
sensation.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Wow.
More is not better. There's on the side of that.
So you lean forward, Ralph, just a little bit, and you're not quite sure why, but you get the feeling that that's a good idea. And then your hat is whapped off your head. It is now currently on Riley's bone.
I was just gonna look at the hat for a second. Then he's gonna put it on.
You took his hat.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna use it to re-roll the hit.
No, you can't rewind time like that.
Oh my god, I see what he's doing.
That's the time paradox.
No,
Damn.
I'm not letting you. You've already managed to confiscate the hat from poor Ralph.
I'll take that hat, though. Hand it over. Where's that? Take that, thank you.
Why are you stealing stuff from Ralph?
No, it's happening a lot today.
He wants to look dapper, I don't know.
Perfect. There we go.
You okay, Tubby?
Yeah.
Cal,
Really becoming a kleptomaniac.
he's got 2 lucky items now.
I'm very lucky. No, I'm not lucky at all. It's all in the items.
This is all to offset the bad luck or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Lizard is going to look at Riley with the hat, squint, tilt their head the other way, and then they are going to take the hat off Riley's head. Nah, this doesn't really work.
Does not suit his aesthetic.
Instead, Lizard puts their hat on Riley's head.
Oh yes, there we go.
I just realized something. Whee! I didn't realize you can make the fingers jump. Did you know you can make the fingers jump? I just learned that. You press if you press
returns
the
the hat.
all you have to do is press the roll button. I didn't realize you could roll them.
Oh god, what are you doing?
Whee! And then everybody had a good time on a trampoline at the end of the week, and we all felt better.
Oh, goodness. Yes. But,
Wait. He flew up into the sky.
he must go. His people need him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fly.
Ralph gets fly, presses button.
You did it once.
The sky implodes because button is press.
Riley's gonna go get Zeal off the foreman.
It's not particularly hard. Zeal is happy to see all of you. He is also hungry.
He's just gonna hold Zeal by the scruff so the cat is deactivated at like arm's length and just hold him like that.
He's also hungry. Was he literally just looking for a week without doing anything else?
I think so.
Oh, no.
Yes. To be fair, he's probably been dragged around by the foreman for 3 or 4 days.
God.
Foreman is most uncomfortable.
Imagine after that long.
Yeah. Just gonna hold him.
Hey guys, can I have food now, please? I'm hungry. Angry stomach noises.
Riley is going to, again still holding the cat by the scruff, at arm's length away from him, go over to the counter.
I said a random thought. Prince Ill's stomach, somehow louder than he is.
No.
No, that's just wrong.
Alright, we'll say that you get Zeal food. Rise is mildly amused by this. It just
Give
means
Riley-
that nothing has changed in his absence.
Give Riley points. He approached Rise willingly. I think that deserves some mention.
Notably, Rise's gaze lingers on Riley just a bit. But he doesn't linger long and returns to his work.
What's the gaze say? Especially to an observant dog like Tucker. Assuming you want me to roll, I can do a roll, but that's something Tucker would be noticing.
Roll your empathy accuracy for me.
That seems always fair. Insight contest etiquette. Which I have
It's big
at-
numbers. No Annie.
See what happens.
Curse of 2 activate.
Big
No.
Mammy, no numbers.
No!
Four.
Four! It's not. Curse of 2/2s activate. It's not really a curse. 4's fine.
But Tucker does look good in the tutu, so.
Well, he might. I haven't seen one yet. Tucker dance. You know, he was supposed to learn a dance, actually, at one point.
Oh, that's right, you wanted to learn pedal dance.
Well, there was a very... We even had a song for it.
I know we did, we never got to use it.
It's not impossible we could still have it happen.
It's true, it's just down the line.
Yeah, it would have to be later, but they could re-encounter that. We could
I
re-encounter
mean,
those
for
fellas.
all we know, Ralph is going to end up learning pedal dance out of that.
There was I won't say too much, but let me just say there was a bit more planned with the shaman. I'll say
Yes,
that.
we ended up not doing that thing with the shaman, but that's fine. I have the ability to rework that, and I vaguely remember what I want to do.
Frankly, Tucker's absolutely checking up on the shaman if he gets a chance again, so, you know.
Well, y'all are going to have to go to Sea Spray eventually. I have a plan for that. I have plans for many things.
Sweet, so you have episodes planned out at least 200 in advance.
Pretty much.
I mean, who knows what the fuck number it'll even be at, but, you know.
You don't sound so dead inside when you say that. My God.
So, what did the roll give me? Oh, go ahead.
Before I say that, like, look, my own DM had so much planned in advance that we were supposed to find early that we just didn't get to because the party, myself included, are dense as cement bricks.
Valid.
This is why if I ever run an all-world RPG, I think I just want it to be a sandbox where there's not really an overarching plot and people just go and check out interesting
It
little side
is a
adventures.
sandbox. That's the problem. We missed a whole bunch of stuff that I wish we'd known earlier, and they planned for it, and they were like, I knew you were going to miss it. And it's like, God damn it, you were right.
That's very me in open world RPG games, like skipping the stuff that the desire intended the player to immediately find. Like, nope, I didn't find it.
But it's okay, we've started finding it, and we're actually, being less awful.
Hooray.
Anyway, the look is... Rise's look is... sad in some small way.
I knew it.
Okay.
That's a wonderful follow-up. It's not a lot, but it's just that much different from his normal expression that you can tell after having spent so much time around Rise lately, especially while Rise is vulnerable. So they do believe what Pangoro told them about Riley, about Tiber. But it's hard to say what they think about it, especially now. Or if they're going to do anything at all. To be fair, if they had wanted to do something, they could have a long time ago.
Tucker observes the situation not in wariness, especially not as he sees that sad look. That more or less confirms to him that, well, Rise certainly won't be doing anything terrible. And that it's more complex than that, what he's feeling. But Tucker was never wary to begin with, only simply wanting to observe. Perhaps concerned what might become of those two, aside from anything hostile.
Well, I have the pleasure of ending off this session by you all getting to spend your very first night in your brand new club base. Whee!
I don't have an air horn, but just imagine.
There's no confetti effect I can activate on.
I'm just imagining the Legend of Zelda treasure noise. Da, 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 da.
Oh, I got a sound. Hold on. But do we get to react though? Like before we end the session? Like
Yes.
Camera
Like-
pans around with the new area discovery.
Like, if each of you wants to do so now, you may have your character's individual reactions to not only the base, but your rooms.
Nice.
Tucker seems really excited when he looks at the base for the first time after it's completed, and probably is waggling his tail pretty rapidly, especially as they enter and check out. Like you ever bring a dog like anybody ever get a pet dog, bring him home for the first time, and they run around the whole house like sniffing things and being used to it? That would be Tucker.
A fortress of solitude. Or group or tude. Teamworkitude?
Something like that.
Camaraderie, there we go. The fortress of camaraderie. The team tier base. Or it should be the team tier fortress. Yes. A fortress for a team, if you will.
So which one of you is the one who's going to explain to Riley this is their house and not just some house?
I mean, Lizard
This is
is the
probably-
one who basically takes Riley, just sort of covers their eyes and says, "This is a surprise."
See if I can find the sound.
Confused. Riolu sound?
There it is. Found it.
What's the sound?
The sound is... I can't play it on a table. I can play it on a video. There.
Oh, we'll never know. Okay.
one of the explorers of time, darkness, sky fanfares. I think that's the
see.
explorer rank up. Which works.
But Lizard takes Riley upstairs and then uncovers their eyes at their room.
Aw.
He's gonna look around. He's confused.
This is where we live now. Do you like it? Lizard says, kind of hopefully, setting Riley down.
He's gonna wander for a bit. Eventually find his way into the hammock and just flop there.
Lizard clambering up into their own hammock, leaning over to look at Riley.
Comfy.
Lizard does tiny squeak of happiness, and then flops in the hammock.
What is the level of furnishings of the current building? Because I cannot remember.
You guys spent the money to have like all the current furnishings.
Okay.
Do I have my sand bed?
I was wondering
Yes,
about that.
you do.
Oh, you got the sand bed. Nice.
Nice.
Which means Tucker's room is designed like... Hold on.
Pillows.
I gotta find the picture again.
Yes, there were many room pictures. But yes, Brooke, your office/room is the way you requested it.
Nice. Brooke is going to be non-existent forever.
That's fine. You guys are allowed to be non-existent for the first day or two of the 4th week, because there may be a package arriving for you all.
Uh-oh.
Is it gonna be that fucking angry sword who left from the stone and posted themselves to us to get a revengeful duel?
Hilarious.
That would be hilarious, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
Especially he's still stuck in the stone.
It's still in the stone.
Maybe not that, per se, but...
Yeah. Cuz writing that down as an idea.
Oh goodness, no, I already know what's going to happen.
They're just gonna come murder us. Got it, okay.
I can't find the wonderful picture I had at one point. That's a shame. But basically, Tucker's room is kind of a standard, kind of a nice little bedroom area, but also has a loft area, which is kind of like a second floor to the bedroom, but it's like small. And it's actually pretty high to the ceiling. It's actually has a pretty low ceiling that it doesn't really matter at all for a quadruped. I'm trying to find the picture in particular, but there's also a window on the back of this little loft section. It's a nice little, you can look out the window, and it's a nice little, basically doggy chill out spot. It's a cozy little thing. I can't find the image again, but if I find it, I'll share it.
Oh, okay. Well, I found Brooke's room.
I think I should. Feel free to send me any links. I can put them down if we just want to look at them.
Appreciate the axiom I posted in our group chat for a second.
Then I should make a copy of this real fast, just for the sake of having something to work on. Oop. There we go. I shared the image before. Let's see here, actually. Boop. There we go. But yeah, just toss at me anything you want to share if you want to have if you have a bedroom picture. Also, what did you toss at me, Eragon? In our private group.
What?
You tossed something. What is that?
It's an axiom. It's my axiom.
Oh, cute.
They are cute.
They are cute.
I got this picture like an hour ago and I had to share it because it's cute.
Here are the images.
You found them? Sweet.
Yeah, they were like 3 months ago, exactly.
Yeah, it was a little bit ago.
Color going is really accented by the vibrating profile picture. Thank you.
Dracula parrots.
Oh wow, Valerie's when you talk. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Animated icons of wonk.
Oh, right, there's Lizard in Riley's room with a nice net hammock.
I can't find the exact one. Oh wait, maybe that's it. No, that's not the one. It's pretty close though. There was a very specific picture I had. I'm assuming you have it now.
Oh, that's right. Kyrio didn't do images of her room, did he? I thought he did.
No, he drew a picture thingy.
I made a painting.
Yeah, painting. That counts as a picture thingy. I'll share it. Hold on.
Okay, it's not in this group then.
Did you? I thought you said you found the photos. Did you not?
I found the basic ones. I found the sketch of Lizard in Riley's room, but
All right. So here's Brooke. Matching custom objects. Okay, I don't know what. Oh, I see it now.
I had a layout for it too somewhere, but I don't remember where it is.
the layout is up there.
Yeah. Where? Technically, in the.
Oh, well, that's the first floor.
Oh yeah. Okay, the layout wasn't specific, but it has. We have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second floor, complete with table.
As for the loft for Tucker, I can't find the exact picture, but I suppose this will do. There was a specific one that looked really nice, but
Yeah, I remember. I thought I remembered seeing a thing, but I guess not.
I'm almost certain I sent it to you on Telegram, but
Maybe you did, because I'm looking in Discord, but
I
that would be a
didn't-
while back, and I don't know
I don't know
long
how to-
that would take.
I wouldn't know how to... Well, actually, wait. I should try one thing, because you can technically image search. Let me just do that real fast. View profile, then photos. Let's see.
In any case, I mean, Ralph has his nice, spacious room. The room that will still need modifying when he evolves.
Okay, confirmed. I did not share it to you, and it's a direct image. Ah! Oh well.
Oh well. Riley and Lizard have their vertical room with the nets and mildly piratey theming.
Thanks, Brooke.
Brooke has their Oasis office.
I'm gonna share this.
And Tucker
Office.
and Tucker has their
I'll just share this.
pink dog balcony room.
Yes, it is so the layout of the room's kind of like a nice, comfy, nice, normal area, but with a staircase going to a little raised area. Probably a bit wider than this loft, but it goes to a nice... It's cozy. It's pretty... The cilia is pretty low on it, actually. And it does go to a nice window so you can watch outside of it. Nice little cozy thing.
Brooke totally assigned Zeal to keep the water heater lit for his hot tub. That's fine. So I'm sure Brooke words it in such a way to make it sound like a sufficiently important task that Zeal is okay with it.
Tucker's room is indeed as described. It is. It's definitely pink. A lot of pink. A lot of kind of a girly room, but also doggy room too, because there's like he has some things like squeaky toys and such too there. So girly doggy room basically with a nice loft section.
Sad carpeting. Ralph's room, sad carpeting.
Shade carpeting for Ralph's room.
Sure, the carpeting is made from her deer fur.
If anybody is observing Tucker, I imagine everybody goes to their respective areas to like investigate and get used to their areas, but Tucker seems very free having a room like this. In fact, it seems like it weights off his shoulders that he has a place to live again, effectively, rather than just staying in a dorm or staying at Rise's house. It seems like going into his own room, it seems like he really kind of takes a deep breath and just kind of relaxes a fair bit. As well as though he's still kind of a little high octane for a while, metaphorically bouncing off the walls because he's very, very excited with how his room looks. And
Zoomy puppy.
Zoomy puppy.
Very well. Everybody gets 2 XP.
Yay.
Eventually, Tucker probably disappears into the loft section, nestles up there like a cat, almost. Cat in high place sort of thing, you know?
Did the loaf thing.
What's that?
Do the loaf thing.
The loaf thing? Oh, he would absolutely do the loaf thing.
Tucker loaf.
Tucker.
Do I get any XP for any What's it? Sparring I've done over the week.
That's right. You are working on your moves. So let's roll the die.
Wait, if sparring and working on moves equals extra experience, I was working on Shaft Snake.
Not a lot of takers this week.
Fine. Each of you may have 2 extra experience.
Hooray.
It's not that Rise is even sparring, they're just training you in that particular move. But I am lenient today and we just got back.
Well, you know.
Ralph, get 2 extra experience for finishing your taser.
Can you use a Tucker loaf to make Zapdos?
Saptos.
Zapdos?
Yes.
I
Tucker's not a
mean,
bird.
no, probably not. You probably wore a piece of bread under his belly or something if he loafs, but you know, that's about it.
Well, no, all you need to do is trim the fur on their side in the shape of a Zapdos.
Oh,
and
no.
you have a Zapdos Tucker loaf.
He already had his fur messed up. No, don't. Oh, yeah.
Now I'm thinking about you take the taser and you take what's a horned Pokemon? Take the taser and you take like a Beedrill and a Smeargle and you can give someone a tattoo.
Oh gosh.
Maybe
no.
could, but also, I guess it's also worth noting Tucker also sets up. So Tucker mostly sets up his bedding area in the loft section because it's tucked away and next to a window and cozy. But he also sets up some extra bedding for the egg, which he actually removes from his pack now that he has an actual place to put it that's as safe as his pack.
Wonderful.
That would be horrible and painful. The tattoo thing with a...
Yes, it would. That's an awful idea. That would hurt so much. The only Pokemon who could take it would be, like, Steel Pokemon. Speaking of, looks at Lucario.
Kind of curious.
Stay away from me.
Oh no. Hey, which way does Tucker's window look out from? Like, what does it look at? The loft probably is in the opposite side of the doorway. So in other words, it's probably
towards
that
the
corner.
southeast.
Yeah.
Also, Riley, go ahead and take your 2 extra experience because words and moments.
I made people feel things.
Yes, you've made people feel things.
You bastard.
No, I'm still the cold-hearted monster you believe me to be.
No, I know better.
You be quiet, sir. I'm still God here.
No.
For like 5 more minutes.
What is a god to a non-believer?
You're a big monster.
Cosmic circumstance.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a big spiky marshmallow. So I guess cotton candy.
I'm okay with being cotton candy. Cotton candy is tasty. I muchly prefer funnel cake, however.
Well, on that note, am I needed for anything? Can I go to bed?
You may go to bed.
Good
we may
night.
all go to bed. It is
Good
the
night.
end.
Good night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause it. Well, Eragon, you don't have to stick around, but I'm gonna pause it one more thing.
What?
But no, it's fine. You go sleep.
Oh, okay.
He sounded like almost offended there. I'm gonna pause it one more thing because I just realized that I should comment on this before I forget it. Now that Tucker has his own space and there's still some time to chill, probably during the festival too, it's worth noting that Tucker will probably spend like a fair amount of time in his little loft, even when he's not sleeping. Perhaps just cozying up there with a book or something. And notably, he'll probably actually be sitting on the egg now. Something he wasn't doing before because just kind of didn't feel secure enough in all the places he was at. But now he finally has his own place, so he'll probably actually start egg sitting.
Cute. This does not mean the egg is going to hatch any sooner.
No, but it's cozy and it's doting, so it's good.
To make it hatch faster, you gotta like get a bicycle and run around.
See, what you do is you sit on it and then you curl your floofy tail around your butt, and there you go. You've kept it nice and safe.
Bye.
See you later, guys. See you later to whoever is actually going. Anybody sticking around in the call, actually?
I'm going to go. It is late.
That is fair. Good night to you too, Car.
Good night. Hope you had fun.
I did.
Hope everybody had fun.
I think so. I'll talk to you later.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. The vamooses happened quickly. Let me also end the call myself since it's empty. Well, streamgoers, that people had to go very quickly there. That's fine. Sleepy times for everyone. I'm actually feeling finally awake. I didn't start this day feeling awake, but I actually feel awake now, ironically. Also, wording choices? No, I just want Tucker saying on the egg. If you're taking that a weird way, that's on you, buddy. But yeah, I want to get actual artwork of Tucker's room at some point because it would be really cute. Imagine like a young, kind of a, sort of like a young girl's sort of aesthetic, but then also a lot of doggy stuff. You know, doggy bed up in the loft and squeaky toys and just pillows and stuff. So it's built for a quadruped, but kind of has that youthful, kind of girly look that, because after all, Tucker is kind of coming out more as, well, feminine, I would say. I don't want to say, I don't want to actually give him a gender identity besides his standard one right now because I'm not really sure. Because here's the thing about, if you haven't figured this out with me and Tucker, I don't plan Tucker. I just see where Tucker goes. I don't go like I know where he's going to be in like session 500. I don't know. I'm just going to see. I just wait and see what he does organically. Tucker is very much a Tucker gender, yeah. But the truth is, when he got into the whole cafe business and figured out that he liked to, you know, dress up and how it made it feel very good, well, that kind of solidified how he wanted his room design in a similar way. So it kind of has, the room probably has a bit of a kind of a pink frilly look, kind of like his maid dress. Tucker is a bean, yes. Session 500. What, are you actually surprised that this could go to session 500? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's even that crazy. But I don't know. I think if you really want to pin a term, I think Tucker is just straight up gender fluid, you know. So. But yeah, I'm usually used to somebody sticking around at the end of session, not being completely low. Usually Tubby or Car or one of them or both of them. But everybody left. Kyrio's still here for some reason. We'll save the table actually. Kyrio's out of the call mine, but he's for some reason still here. So there he goes. Goodbye, Kyrio. Let's save. Overwrite. There we go. Why is it not showing up on the list? Oh, well, whatever. Guess I have to go to this for now. Because I did all those other games. They made Pokerole slide down the list for some reason. Oh well. At 100 there should be a celebration. There might be. But, did you see earlier when Kyrio murdered Lister, he Tuckerized such a... Yes, I didn't address it because it was silly and also off-key, but... Somebody decided to fate Lizard, so its Lizard looked like they were sleepy, but... Of course, it's a very dramatic emotion. A very dramatic motion, so it's like kind of silly off to the side. Save the flip the table. Oh, okay, I can flip the table. I think I'm pretty much done. Let me give you guys a little... Yeah, it's saved. I saved it twice. I'm neurotic when it comes to saving. I never save something just once. Just in case, right? Well, let me just double check to make sure there's no more fan content that has been drawn up, because sometimes there is. Let's see. And looks like no, that's it. Okay, Parker, it looks like I'll be using your art for the thumbnail then. Because this is pretty cute, actually. Not much fan art today, but that's okay. We just got back. But yeah, I guess... Oh, wow, they left before I could even bring it up. But we should be doing a session next week, too, unless there's an argument about that. But I don't think so. I think the idea is that everybody wants to do catch-up sessions, so we should be doing another session next week. You know, normally it's every 2 weeks, but due to the vacation I took and the break we took, I believe the goal is to do another session next week and go from there. Because, you know, just kind of making up for lost sessions. Aside from that, if you guys are interested, I heavily recommend coming by on Friday. If you like Pokemon, you should probably come by on Friday because new Pokemon Snap releases on Friday. I've already pre-ordered it and I'm gonna play it for Friday's stream. So do come by that. I actually look forward to this one quite a bit. I expect a lot more out of this than Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pokemon Sword and Shield had issues on development that I could see. Meanwhile, new Pokemon Snap, Bandai and Namco seem to be hitting it out of the park, and they certainly did a great job with their last Pokemon effort, Pokken Tournament, from what I understand. So, I think this will be a good game. It's shaping up pretty nice from what I've seen. I've seen actual gameplay at this point, and yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. So come on by, watch me play. It should be a good time. And the original Pokemon Snap was a pretty good game too, honestly. Snap looks pro. Let's hope that it didn't fuck it up. Yep. Well, we'll see. Part of the reason I'm more optimistic is Bandai Namco are the makers of this. You know, they made this. They're making this spin-off, which means Game Freak didn't make this, which means... Honestly, at this point, I'm very sad to say, but if Game Freak is behind the project, I'm less optimistic about it at this point. But if they are not involved, then I'm more optimistic. Sadly. Didn't used to be this way, but it's kind of how it is now. But yeah, so we'll see. I'll see you guys on Friday then, and yeah, you guys have a good night. I'm gonna call. Well, let's call it session 58 of Pokerole, and session 59 will hopefully be next week. Ideally, anyways. So yes, please watch the lovely confetti, and have a good night.